In response to her reasoning, after the high-speed train arrived at the Northwest Station, Lin Zaiasu pulled her into a hotel, booked a room, and used practical actions to respond to her teasing, which was, start flirting himself. Ding Ryushui first shouted loudly, then held her own mouth, and finally bit down on his shoulder. Afterward, with a summary, she held Lin Zaios and panted. It seems that some things really are like slow-cooked soup. The longer you simmer, the more delicious the soup becomes. According to Ding Ryushui's plan, it was to slowly simmer soup amidst the landscape of the great Northwest during this lunar month. However, Lin Zaiasu was not thinking this way. March 3rd was rapidly approaching. No time to waste. Ding Ryushui carefully listened to what he said, showing the necessary responsibility, patting her trembling chest. Let's take care of business first. Tomorrow we'll enter Kun Kang. You link up with your undertaking. I'll go into Nishui Pond to complete my 9 stars shining in the sky. March 3rd we'll fight side by side, and bash all species daring to cross the line into pig heads, then spend 3 days and nights, making a son for my mom to hold for fun. All right, Lin Zaiasu nodded directly. Ding Ryushui got excited. My mom even said have one, reward 1 billion. My God, this mother-in-law is too irresponsible, Lin Zaiasu exclaimed and headed back to Huixian town. The car sped across the northwest fields. All around were still unmelting snow accumulations. The sky was densely covered with clouds, seemingly heralding more heavy snow. However, this weather couldn't be taken seriously. The northwest land, vast and bleak, as long as the cloud cover thickened, naturally showed a few signs of snow. Reaching Huixian town, they headed straight into Wuxiang Temple. Inside Wuxiang Temple, the setting was much the same as usual, or perhaps slightly different. The unchanged aspect still had monks, still had pilgrims, especially at the beginning of the lunar month. There were many pilgrims. Incense curled, tranquil and gentle. The Zen bell was leisurely, spirit completely beyond worldly matters. The different side. In Dragon Eye, Lin Zaiasu could clearly discern the identity of these monks. They were all Qianlong, with gold medal numbers beyond 1,000. Though not ranking among the top in the Qianlong system, if placed within the elite 10,000 of Qianlong, those ranked in the top 10,000 were all elites. The monks of this temple from the top down were elite. Upon entering, an old monk met him. The old monk's eyes were somewhat dim, so he needed glasses. In presbyopic glasses, Lin Zaiasu's level 3 authority could be seen clearly. The old monk was moved. Benefactor, what do you seek? I want to enter the side room. The old monk said, Benefactor, please. He and Ding Ryushui were directly led by the old monk to the side room of former days. This side room was somewhat different from back then. In the small courtyard, there was a woman with long hair over her shoulders, youthful and beautiful, indeed the very graduate student who came out of Professor Xiang's room when Lin Zaiasu went to visit Professor Xiang at Nanjiang University. Is Professor Xiang here? Lin Zaiasu asked. The female graduate student turned halfway, looking at Lin Zaiasu with some surprise. She didn't know Lin Zaiasu, even though they met once, but that wasn't a good time to meet. Professor Xiang had just played the morning exercises with her. When she came out from the professor's room, she lowered her head to anyone she met. Really didn't pay attention to Lin Zaiasu. In this side room, tourists rarely came. Even if someone came to see the professor, most would call him Master Yixiu. Yes, Xiang Yixiu was here, and everyone called him Master Yixiu. Sounded like a Buddhist elder cultivating with hair. And today, Lin Zaiasu called him Professor Xiang. Sir, you are Lin Zaiasu. The female graduate student's expression changed dramatically. She might not know others, but Lin Zaiasu, in Wuxiang Temple, was truly known by everyone. Because the grand structure of Wuxiang Temple was formed because of him. Professor is not up yet. Oh, might not be up yet, the female graduate student said. How about I call him? Sure. The female graduate student took a few steps out and dialed a phone. On the phone came Xiang Yixiu's lazy voice. Little treasure, why call? Just come in and sleep a bit more. This voice was inaudible to most, but Lin Zaiasu and Ding Ryushui were both from the second class. They grimaced at hearing. The female graduate student forced herself to stay calm. Professor, Lin Zaiasu is here, Mr. Lin. On the phone, Xiang Yixiu jumped up instantly. In less than 3 minutes, a distinguished professor, dashing in this chaotic world, walked out with an elegant stride, smiling as he adjusted his gold-rimmed glasses. Mr. Lin's sudden visit is quite unexpected. Zioya, please prepare some good tea. Okay, Professor. The female graduate student also elegantly went to the small Zen room nearby to prepare the tea. Lin Ziasu and Xiang Yixu sat facing each other. The tea was poured, and the atmosphere was peaceful. Professor, how's the research environment here? Lin Ziasu picked up the teacup. Quite good, Xiang Yixu said. It's very suitable for my research direction. To be honest, I just discovered something interesting while studying otherworldly creatures. Ding Ryushui had a sour expression. Were you really studying otherworldly creatures just now? Or were you studying the female graduate student's body parts? Men really, as long as they can breathe, they're not honest. Even a professor in his 40s is no exception. Lin Ziasu fully demonstrated a client's tolerance for another client, joining in the fun. What is it? The worldly creatures are actually closely related to the heavens Tao energy of this world. For instance, the high-end creatures of Kun Kang are similar to the Kun Kang enlightenment realm and are not suitable for this world. Xiang Yixu said, from this, we might conclude that even if the folded space opens in the future, the creatures coming out will do so in batches, according to their realm. Initially, the emerging creatures won't be too formidable. The terrifying heaven and earth exotic species will only be able to emerge when the heaven and earth energy of this world is saturated. Lin Ziasu was moved. Is this conclusion accurate? Zioya, go to my room and bring out the bones from under the bed, Xiang Yixu said. Okay. Zioya entered the professor's room. The first thing she did was not to find the bones, but to tidy up the bed, tucking her underwear into the bedding and folding it up. Then she retrieved several bones from under the bed. The bones were lustrous as if they were made of white jade, with several cracks on them, of varying depth and breadth. Xiang Yixu picked up the bones and handed them to Lin Ziasu. This is the bone of an ancient strange beast, the azure fox, closely related to the nine-tailed fox, possessing innate heavenly fox traits. Its bones can autonomously absorb heaven and earth essence, becoming tougher over time. When I acquired it last year, there were no cracks on it. However, look now, there are dozens of cracks. Lin Ziasu's eyes lit up. He was familiar with the azure fox. Among ancient strange beasts, it is considered a high-end creature, its strongest attribute being the ability to automatically absorb heaven and earth essence. Unlike other exotic beasts that rely on plundering, azure fox relies on its physical body to self-absorb. Even in death, its bones grow stronger and do not crack. There's only one exception. If the world it resides in provides heaven and earth essence unsuitable for such creatures, the absorbed energy acts like a corrosive agent, seriously damaging its bodily functions. Lin Ziasu knew this well. On this basis, Xiang Yixu made an extension. This world, if the folded space opens, will slowly restore heavenly Tao primordial qi, but the restoration process is slow. The interdimensional crossing of exotic beasts also follows a ladder pattern. Initially, low-level exotic beasts cross over. Only then do higher-level ones follow. The same principle applies to cultivators. Thus, it's unlikely for the top Taoist or the most formidable mysterious beast king to appear all at once. Those top-tier individuals or beasts will only surface when all folded spaces are fully open and the heaven and earth qi is entirely restored. Otherwise, they cannot withstand the incomplete heavenly Tao. This suspicion was something Lin Ziasu always held. But he hadn't verified it. Xiang Yixu provided him that verification. Professor, your experiment is extremely important. Lin Ziasu raised his teacup. Let me toast you with tea instead of wine. Xiang Yixu was pleased. You can see its importance. Of course, at least when we're developing counter-strategies, it lets us know ourselves and the enemy. Xiang Yixu laughed and said, so, does this mean my over a year of hard work was of value? Yes, absolutely yes, Lin Ziasu nodded. Open the gate of Kun Kang, I need to go inside. Xiang Yixu's cheerful expression vanished, and his eyes widened greatly. You want to enter Kun Kang? Yes, that was indeed my purpose for coming here today. Xiang Yixu's eyebrows gradually knitted. I must inform you, things inside Kun Kang are quite amiss. Signs indicate that the former three giants, three Buddha Temple, Yin Yang Temple, and Luonian Heaven, are attempting to join forces, attempting to break through the blockade. In their views, you are their most wanted person to eliminate. If you enter Kun Kang, it would be akin to a lamb entering a tiger's den, delivering your flesh to the chopping block. Kun Kang once had three giants. Three Buddha Temple, Yin-Yang Temple, Luanian Heaven. These three forces have long been the upper three sects of Kun Kang. They firmly controlled the Kun Kang channel, with Wuxiang Temple as the exit and entrance, filtering external talents first, scrutinizing resources intended for the outside world, gaining a superior advantage, and gradually strengthening, forming the upper three sects of Kun Kang. The last time Lin Ziaosu entered Kun Kang, he skillfully borrowed the power of Shenghua Valley, Chunchui Palace, and Li Palace to destroy the running dogs of the upper three sects, Xiaoyao Palace and Kangmeng Palace, making himself an enemy of the upper three sects. Subsequently, leveraging the power of Hidden Dragon, he used a trapped array to seal Kun Kang and controlled the channel within Qianlong's hands. The upper three sects lost the channel, and thus their most potent means of dominating Kun Kang. Because of Lin Ziaosu alone, the three sects lost power. Can you say the upper three sects don't hate him? With the array blockade in place, people from the upper three sects couldn't leave Kun Kang. Despite their hatred, they had nothing on Lin Ziaosu. But today, you want to enter Kun Kang. Are you becoming arrogant, or is something seriously wrong with your head? This was Xiang Yixu's question. Chapter 552, Chapter 551, Former Companions. Lin Ziaosu sighed softly. How could I not know that the people from the upper three sects have a lot to say about me? However, on March 3rd, there will be great changes, and I need Kun Kang's power. If I do not enter Kun Kang, who will? If you just need some power, you actually don't have to enter Kun Kang, Xiang Yixu said. Send a message inside and let Shenghua Valley, Chunchui Palace, and Li Palace dispatch some people out. It's not that simple, Lin Ziaosu replied. What I need is for Enlightenment Realm experts to emerge from the mountains, and I need as many Enlightenment Realm experts as possible. Xiang Yixu was shocked. Even Ding Ryushui, who had been following him all along, was shocked. He hadn't mentioned that entering Kun Kang was to invite the Enlightenment Realm experts out of the mountains. In this world, the Enlightenment Realm, what if they come out? They cannot exert their combat power of the Enlightenment Realm, Xiang Yixu said. And in Kun Kang, as soon as the Enlightenment Realm experts from these three great forces come out, their backyard will surely catch fire, and all their century-old foundations will be ruined. That's two issues, Lin Ziaosu said. The first issue, whether Enlightenment Realm experts can exert their combat power if they come out. At present they cannot. But after the time point on March 3rd, it may not be so. Xiang Yixu froze. Will the folded space really open on March 3rd? Will the heavenly Tao truly change? Will it transform from the current end of Dharma era into a space suitable for the survival of the Enlightenment Realm? Will the fundamental rules of this world change just like that? Lin Ziaosu said. The second issue, whether our allied Enlightenment Realm experts coming out of Kun Kang will cause their backyard to catch fire. If I do not enter Kun Kang, the backyard will surely catch fire. That's precisely why I must enter Kun Kang. Xiang Yixu deeply exhaled. Your entry into Kun Kang this time, is it to truly annihilate the upper three sects? Whether they are annihilated or not depends on how obedient they are. If they are willing to change, they may not necessarily be left out. But if they still cannot recognize the situation, with formidable enemies at the gates, they will be beyond the tolerance of our Holy Mother Saint. Xiang Yixu said, I can no longer persuade you. You shouldn't have to persuade me anyway. Go ahead when facing a desperate situation. It's okay to tell those high-up big figures something. If your life is not in danger, I will definitely apply to Qianlong to prepare 100 nuclear bombs for this Kun Kang world. Since nobody wants to live, then damn it, nobody shall live. Lin Ziaosu laughed. Professor, this is the first time in my life you've made me feel like a comrade in arms. Get lost. Don't indulge in self-sentimentality there, Xiang Yixu said. As a dignified professor mixed into a hopeless gatekeeper is not because of you leading me astray. I can get lost. I'll admit to leading you astray, but I refuse to bear the blame for losing dignity. That's your inherent trait. He stretched out his hand, pointing on the array platform. A flash of light, Lin Ziaosu and Ding Ryushui appeared in the vortex. Inside the vortex, he turned back and smiled slightly. Professor, just a reminder, you should take out that pair of underwear rolled up in the third layer of the quilt and wash it. Then disappeared. Xiang Yixu's eyes widened. What underwear? Young female researcher's face suddenly turned beet red. He was just outside having tea. How could he know I rolled the underwear into the quilt? Damn it, Xiang Yixiu said, to use detective skills on me. If this rascal doesn't get beaten to a pulp after entering Kunkang, it would be an absolute injustice. Behind Lin Zaiasu, a glimmer of light, as if suddenly separating from the stone wall, he appeared again in Kunkang. Entering Kunkang, Lin Zaiasu took a deep breath, feeling Kunkang's distinct heaven and earth essence dynamics. Yes, before he couldn't feel it, but now he could. The heaven and earth essence of Kunkang inhaled through his nostrils, his blood tower rotating distinctly, lightened by 3 degrees. These are the differences between the heaven and earth chi of the two worlds. Li City, the first city upon entering Kunkang, looked no different from usual wooden buildings, stood tall, ancient and charming, full of ancient style. Of course, there were also small differences. Before the stone wall ahead, 3 elders stood up. They respectively belonged to Shenghua Valley, Chunchui Palace and Li Palace. Their presence here, receiving the respect of Kunkang's major forces, was all because of Lin Zaiasu. Lin Zaiasu gave them this power. Qianlong only accepted recommendations from these 3 sects, so their status elevated significantly, and for over a year now, any disciple from Kunkang's major forces who needed to leave had to give them respect or else face outright rejection. Remember the well from which you draw water. Lin Zaiasu entered Kunkang. These 3 top elders rose in unison, came before him, accompanying smiles and bowing. Young Master Lin. Young Master Lin. Young Master Lin has been gone for a year, your demeanor surpassing the past. Facing the 3 top elders, Lin Zaiasu bowed deeply. 3 elders guarding here, you have worked hard. Shouldering the expectations of the sect, performing beneficial deeds, how dare we speak of hardship? The 3 elders were very humble. What does the young master wish to accomplish? Please let the 3 of us know, perhaps we can assist you. I dare not trouble the 3 elders. I wish to visit Chunchui Palace and send this young lady back to the sect, Lin Zaiasu said. Let me escort the young master and Miss Ding back to the sect. The 4th elder of Chunchui Palace, the top elder said. This top elder, previously ranked outside the 30th after Chunchui Palace's upheaval, when 7 or 8 top elders died, among many were purged, this elder rose to the rank of 4th elder, naturally loyal to Li Chushui. He was also the beneficiary of the Chunchui incident that day. All right then, Lin Zaiasu no longer declined. The 4th elder gave some instructions to the other 2 elders before getting up and leading Lin Zaiasu and Ding Ruishui through the bustling market. There was an exclusive boat for Chunchui Palace near the south gate of the city. The 3 of them passed through the bustling market. The taverns on both sides seemed to stir up a ripple of nameless interest. Is that person Lin Zaiasu? It's him, I saw him with my own eyes back then. He turned Kunkang upside down and still dares to enter Kunkang. Does he really think the 3 upper sects have no fire? Someone whispered. He must be somewhat afraid. Otherwise, why would a top elder from Chunchui Palace personally accompany him? Chunchui Palace, Shenghua Valley and Li Palace are set on a path of no return with him, someone sighed. The Jianghu is filled with disputes, power connections, purely for fame and fortune. These 3 sects have tasted benefits. Over the past year, they have controlled Kunkang's portals and reigned supreme in Kunkang. How could they give up the current conveniences? There has always been a certain saying in the world. To wear the crown, one must bear its weight. By placing oneself as a thorn in the eyes of the 3 upper sects, one must bear the risks. Few disciples from these 3 sects who have ventured out recently have returned alive, right? A voice whispered hauntingly. These words came from the nooks and crannies of taverns along the way. In a private room of a tavern ahead of Lin Zaiasu, a window was slightly ajar, and a beautiful woman stood, quietly watching Lin Zaiasu walk by through the crack. Her face reflected the shifting clouds and winds. Beside her was another person, dressed like an ancient playboy, holding a folding fan with a carefree demeanor. If Lin Zaiasu saw them, he would exclaim, "Isn't it a small world after all?" Because these 2 were once his companions. On that day on Mian Road, 3 people left a deep impression on Lin Zaiasu. First was Dawa, second was Hu Fu, third was Li Sisi. The beauty in the tavern was Li Sisi. And the playboy was Hu Fu. Li Sisi stayed in the group back then, as Lin Zaiasu would describe, was perfectly beautiful, meeting all the world's definitions of a beauty. Her face was fair, her facial contour was beautiful, her lips were full, her chest was firm, her body in an S shape. And Hu Fu also fit the image of someone carefree and unrestrained. He often claimed to possess a Buddha root, yet this Buddha root constantly reached towards single female travelers. Even though such behavior is completely mismatched with a Buddhist demeanor, he had a thoroughly Buddhist explanation. It was to comfort their lonely souls, and such flirtation was not just flirtation but universal salvation of all beings. Oh no, salvation of all women. The former companions have indeed come, Lee Sissy said. I must say, you do have some sense of judgment. Hu Fu laughed. The bumpkins here don't understand modern negotiation techniques, don't we? Show strength to the opponent first, then negotiate once you have leverage in hand. This might be why the two got closer. Because they were both outsiders, their thinking was naturally more aligned, and there was no generation gap in their thoughts. Plus, Hu Fu was initially a suitor of Lee Sissy's. In the outside world, Lee Sissy had her sights on many other outstanding modern men, so she was quite reserved about Hu Fu's so-called pursuit, having rejected him multiple times on Mian Road. But here, Lin had closed the doors, and they became caged birds. No more modern people around, connected two modern souls slowly. Although until this moment, Lee Sissy had not gotten into his bed, their relationship was no different from ordinary couples. The real reason Lee Sissy hadn't gone to his bed wasn't due to self-respect, but primarily because she belonged to Tianyan Palace, and she learned many relationship skills from Tianyan Palace. She knew that for men whose sole purpose was betting, not letting him succeed was the most effective way to keep him interested. If succeeded, interest would be lost, and what would she use to engage this special disciple valued by the three Buddha temple's higher-ups? Lee Sissy's eyes gleamed lightly. Your three Buddha temple plans to talk with him. Hu Fu laughed. Talking with him, the ultimate outcome has already been laid out, to comply with outside rules. Just think, would my masters who even scorn secular rules comply with Qianlong's rules? So don't talk, show your cards. Showing cards also has techniques. Hu Fu picked up the wine glass in front of him, took a sip. However, his entry into Kun Kang this time is indeed a good chance to show cards. Why don't your Tianyan Palace? On the street below, Lin Ziasu suddenly stopped in his tracks. His gaze was cast to the left. On the left was a brothel, and on the brothel stood two women. One of them gently waved a handkerchief downwards, accompanied by a seductive voice, "Young master, come up for some fun." The other woman covered her face with a handkerchief, giggling coyly. Lin Ziasu stared at the woman, appearing somewhat entranced. Ding Ryushui wished she could kick him, sending him sprawling in the mud. You bastard, did you not get enough after having me 4 times last night? If you want more, we can do it back at Chunshui Palace. You know it's not forbidden. Yet you're interested in this ordinary rouge powder beauty. What does she have? However, with the 4th elder present, she couldn't show it openly, so she resorted to secret transmission. What? Interested in going up for some fun? Chapter 553. Chapter 552. The real point of interest. They have 8 clients a day. There's already no water left. Just tell me what interests you. Lin Ziasu said, the interest lies in the location of this floor. Ding Ryushui was surprised. The location of the floor? What do you mean? It means that in this room you can see familiar faces across the street. Don't turn your head, let's go, Lin Ziasu said. Ding Ryushui forced herself not to look across from the brothel, following him as they walked, catching up with the 4th elder waiting for them. They crossed the long street, reached the river, and boarded a uniquely elegant small boat. With a gentle push, the boat cut through the water, heading towards Chunshui Palace 100 miles away. At this time of year, the outside world had just entered spring. The northwest land was still in the harsh winter. But within Kun Kang, it was like spring all year round. Willows gently swayed on both banks, and the green water flowed leisurely eastward. The 4th elder sat on the deck, his eyes like an eagle, scanning the surroundings. A fish spat out a bubble in front, and the 4th elder could lock onto it the moment it burst. These were signs of extreme vigilance. Lin Ziasu saw it but didn't comment. Then he heard Ding Ryushui's secret transmission. You just mentioned 2 words, familiar faces. Yes. What kind of familiar faces? Before I first entered Kun Kang, I took a detour through Mian Road. Several companions were on the road. They were just in the tavern on the right side. You're looking at the girls on the left side of the brothel, but your sensing power is on the right side's tavern. Ding Ryushui seemed a bit surprised. Of course, Lin Ziasu said. Did you really think I'm interested in those brothel girls? What part of them can compare to you? Would I ignore a beautiful woman like you who's fair, soft, and well-hydrated to pursue them? This comment pleased Ding Ryushui. That's more like it. Remember, this time entering Kun Kang, come directly to me if you want to handle matters and don't play any tricks. If you dare to break these restrictions, I'll make sure you experience water and power cuts. My goodness! Is that how water and power cuts are used? Ding Ryushui raised an eyebrow. Are these familiar faces fellow travelers? They were fellow travelers back then, but not necessarily for life. The two of them aren't important. What's crucial is another companion. I didn't sense her aura. Theoretically, she doesn't belong to the same path as these two, Lin Zaiasu explained. Yes, he sensed Hu Fu and Li Sisi. Aura sensing is extremely mysterious. At high levels of cultivation, observing people doesn't require eyes. Recognizing them is done by their aura, a common practice. But that's at a high level of cultivation. Lin Zaiasu's current cultivation was still low, theoretically unable to reach the threshold of aura sensing. However, his heavenly Tao primordial spirit, having barely broken into level 30 with a sub-god skill, changed this norm. These two people fell within his sensing range. But he didn't pay much attention. Simply because, in his understanding, Hu Fu and Li Sisi were just minor characters, not worthy of his attention. The only comrade he valued was Dawa. Dawa from that time on Mian Road was quite like a transparent person, with an absolutely lesser presence than Li Sisi. In terms of beauty standards, breast height, or agility and skills, she couldn't match Li Sisi. Her personality wasn't as bold as Li Sisi's either. However, in terms of her relationship with Lin Zaiasu, Dawa was the closest to him in the entire team. And now, his feelings were very different. Dawa was the most mysterious nirvana practitioner of the nine-headed snake, called Qingyan. Her skills were the best in the entire team back then. If she had wanted, she could have easily eliminated everyone on Mian Road silently, including Lin Zaiasu. But that was then. What about now? Lin Zaiasu had now surpassed the level where a nirvana practitioner could kill him at will. But who knew if this super nirvana practitioner might also exceed Lin Zaiasu's current expectations? He was very curious about what kind of face this former companion, this Tibetan little sister who always seemed innocent in front of him, truly had. Was her entry into Kun Kang this time pessimistic or optimistic? If she entered Kun Kang to seek external help for the nine-headed snake, the outcome would be bleak. If she entered Kun Kang because she didn't want to be a pawn of the nine-headed snake and had the intention to break free from its control, the outcome would be optimistic. Whether it was pessimistic or optimistic needed to be determined at the stage, when his moves were made on the chessboard to compete in Luonian Heaven. The first basic board ahead was Chunshui Palace. The small boat sped over the 100-mile river, approaching a very conspicuous barrier of Chunshui Palace at the entrance, Spring Water Pavilion. Spring Water Pavilion, Lin Zaiasu remembered it clearly. The first time he was refused entry, Ding Ryushui left in anger, and he turned southward, helping Li Palace and destroying Zaiao Palace and Kangmeng Palace. The second time, he was refused entry again. Lin Zaiasu couldn't bear it, stormed Chunshui Palace, and sent all the disciples blocking him at Spring Water Pavilion to the 18th layer of hell, thereby establishing his formidable reputation in Kun Kang. It also officially pulled Chunshui Palace into his camp. Today was genuinely normal. The top elder of Chunshui Palace first landed ashore, bowing to greet them at the riverbank. Then the succeeding great elder of Chunshui Palace led a group of people over, bowing to greet them. Finally, at the Chushui main hall, Li Chushui, a giant of the Enlightenment realm, personally greeted them. Young Master Lin, Li Chushui bowed slightly. Greetings, Lord Li, Lin Zaiasu returned the bow. Disciple greets my master, Ding Ryushui gave a grand salute. Li Chushui extended a hand, pulling Ding Ryushui up with a smile as radiant as a flower. Not bad, you've already built the blood tower. Now that you're back at the palace, you can enter Nishui Pond to cultivate 9 stars ascending. Ding Ryushui was excited. Progress in cultivation, that's second only to playing the poking grass to find snake game with Lin Zaios. Lin Zaiasu smiled. Sending her back to the palace this time is to facilitate her breakthrough into observing heaven. Li Chushui's eyes glimmered. Are young Master Lin and Ryushui already married? Well, not yet, Lin Zaiasu replied. Not yet. unmarried, yet you've already broken through the flesh. Is this how it's played externally? With Li Chushui's level of cultivation, she'd long reached the state of seeing with water, where water flows the eye reaches. By placing a hand on Ding Ryushui's shoulder, she knew very well that this disciple was no longer a virgin, sighing at the looseness of external rituals. However, given her centuries of cultivation, her composure was unparalleled in the world. Naturally, she avoided trivial matters. Young Master Lin, the Chunshui banquet is ready. Please have a glass of welcome wine first. The welcome wine was both simple and grand. Simple because there were not many dishes on the table and only one guest accompanying. Grand because the only guest accompanying was none other than Li Chushui, the palace master of Chunshui Palace. As for Ding Ryushui, being at your place now, you can't just sit with your feet up as a guest, you have to pour the wine. The door was closed. The windows too. Li Chushui raised her wine cup. On the day young Master Lin skillfully changed the Kun Kang landscape, both I and the Lord Hua and Lord Lu had wanted to toast you. Today, since they aren't here, I toast you on behalf of us all. This statement was profound. On that day, Lin Ziasu sealed Kun Kang with Qianlong, appointing the three families to liaise with Qianlong without prior notice to the three sect masters, as the intent was to take Kun Kang by surprise. As a result, the three sect masters received his goodwill, but hadn't had a chance to express gratitude. This cup of wine was the wine of goodwill. Lin Ziasu lifted his cup and clinked it lightly with Li Chushui. Lord Li, by sealing Kun Kang, though it placed your three sects atop Kun Kang, it also put you at the forefront of the storm, facing fierce winds and waves, not a pleasant experience. I'm extremely grateful that the three of you do not blame my rashness. This toast of thanks is more than I deserve. Li Chushui smiled. Young Master Lin overestimates. I, Li Chushui, escaped from a dead end because of you. Lord Lu avenged the century-old blood feud of the Li Palace because of you, and Lord Hua overcame the dilemma of Shenghua Valley's array path thanks to you. These are great favors worthy of our sects, gratitude. Even if you intended to utilize our three sects, we still must adhere to the Jianghu Code. Moreover, sealing Kun Kang, placing our three sects on top, is a matter of shared risks and benefits for us. Therefore, this cup of wine is a sincere thanks without a second thought. Thank you, Palace Master. Lin Ziasu drank his wine in one gulp. Li Chushui drank with him. Young Master, coming to Kun Kang this time, aside from sending Ryushui back to the palace, is there anything else? To not hide from the Palace Master, this time I've come with the intention of borrowing troops. Borrowing troops, Li Chushui was slightly shocked, to deal with the nine-headed snake from outside. The nine-headed snake was the only external formidable enemy she was aware of. No, the nine-headed snake has already been reduced to ash with the collaborative efforts of myself and Qianlong. Then, what is the reason for borrowing troops? Lin Ziasu explained. There are signs indicating that on the third day of March, folded space will undergo a mutation, possibly leading to a breach by the ancient, a possible change in the heavenly Tao, and the possible emergence of Enlightenment realm experts. Qianlong cannot handle this crisis alone. Hence, I have come to Kun Kang to request all the Enlightenment realm giants and their sect masters to descend the mountain for battle. Li Chushui's face changed dramatically. The heavenly Tao will change. Enlightenment realm to breach. Although we do not have a definite answer now, it is best to prepare a contingency plan. Li Chushui slowly placed her wine glass on the table. If this is the case, merely our three sects might not suffice. Indeed, Lin Ziasu said, the world is drastically changing. Within the Daxia border there are three breakpoints. Nobody knows how many there are in the entire world. If the ancient comes out, the number of Enlightenment realm giants is unknown. Among the Enlightenment realm giants, which enlightenment they achieve, body, God, or rules, we do not know. With each sentence he spoke, Li Chushui's face grew grimmer. Once all was said, her face was as dark as water. She was of the Enlightenment realm. Throughout the past millennia, she had regarded herself as the pillar supporting the sky. In Kun Kang, the Enlightenment realm was the towering beam. In the mortal world, Enlightenment realm experts were akin to land immortals. Nothing should make her change color, yet today was different. The folded space will open, ancient breaches the realm. She knew what kind of world the ancient was. There, the Enlightenment realm was nothing. When the folded space first opens, even if those genuine big players of the realm of mastery can't emerge, merely relying on the Enlightenment realm is absolutely not enough to stop a few Enlightenment realm giants from Kun Kang. Kun Kang regarded enlightenment as a giant. The ancient world did not. Should dozens or hundreds emerge, even with 3 heads and 6 arms, Li Chushui, Hua Maoi, and Lu Sanqian would be hard-pressed to stop them. Not to mention Li Chushui was stunned. Even Ding Ryushui, who had come from the outside and theoretically knew the situation best, was bewildered. Because she suddenly realized, this lousy husband before her hadn't spoken the truth. He seemed so calm every day, not a trace of an impending crisis like Mount Tai about to collapse. Yet now, with a few words, the situation turned incredibly dire, even leaving her master at a loss. Chapter 554, Chapter 553, Chunshui Palace joins the battle. Lin Zaiasu picked up the wine jug and poured a cup for Li Chushui. Lord Li, I won't give you some illusory optimism to deceive you into leaving Kun Kang. I'll lay the truth before you and strive to be as honest as possible. Li Chushui sighed lightly. It has been nearly a millennium since I entered Kun Kang. In this 1,000 years, the imperial ambitions of the outside world have been like a revolving lantern. I've never considered coming out to war because we all thought that the rise and fall of human affairs over a millennium is normal, and observing the cultivation path with cold eyes is also normal. As far as I know, most cultivators have this mentality. Regardless of who governs the world, it bears no relation to the winds and clouds of the cultivation road, Lin Zaiasu said. However, this time it's different. This time it's an invasion from the strange realm. This time it's a clash of civilizations. Li Chushui said, the people are unwilling to give up their present stability. Absolutely unwilling. And the rulers have resolved to fight to the death. Yes, at least in Daxia country they have. For the sake of belief in their hearts, they would fly into the fire like a moth. Is that so? Li Chushui sighed faintly. Actually, that's not entirely true, Lin Zaiasu said. If managed well, we have a chance to counterkill the invaders. A chance? Li Chushui's eyes lit up slightly. Firstly, although modern society is in the end of Dharma era, it possesses technology. Under missiles, the Enlightenment realm would still turn to ashes. Lin Zaiasu extended a finger. Li Chushui nodded slightly. I have personally witnessed the terror of the Qianlong missiles. If the missile's power is enhanced several times, it would not be difficult to kill the Enlightenment realm. What's the second point? Secondly, we don't need to worry about other countries, only Daxia country. Within the Daxia border, there are currently only 3 breaches. These 3 breaches don't even require the deployment of such great weapons as missiles. Relying solely on arrays, they are sufficient to trap and kill a great number of giants of the Enlightenment realm. Li Chushui's eyes widened in excitement. Arrays, more advanced than the one that trapped Xiao Palace that day. When entering Kun Kang that day, the main purpose was just to probe, not to cull the sex of Kun Kang. The array that trapped Xiao Palace was overall mild, merely a trap array. When facing the violent invaders crossing boundaries, why show mercy? I will let them see what it truly means for the array path to be ruthless. Li Chushui's heart raced. Is there a third point? Thirdly, we have a basic theory that the first wave of people or beasts that emerge is generally of a lower level. The true experts will only appear once the heavenly Tao rules are fully restored. Every generation does its generation's work, and we happen to get a good time. Facing these lower-level cross-boundary beings, theoretically, we can execute complete annihilation. Li Chushui's heart, which had wavered, slowly returned to his chest. Ding Ryushui watched as he wavered his master, unsure of what to feel. She suspected her troublesome husband was bluffing, but she had no evidence, and she wouldn't speak even if she did. Fourth, Lin Zaiasu extended his 4th finger. Qianlong's affairs are governed by the principle of who contributes benefits. This entry into Kun Kang, those sects willing to fight for Daxia will definitely be rewarded by Daxia. For example, the beasts that cross boundaries have primordial crystals. The cross-boundary people have otherworldly treasures. These can all be distributed to the participants. Additionally, in this open folded space, the participating sects can claim land as their boundary and establish their sect in our part of the world. Li Chushui was tempted. Kun Kang is in fact a large prison. Especially when Kun Kang is sealed, its prison nature is fully evident. If a part of the heaven and earth essence outside recovers, suitable for the survival of the Enlightenment realm, who wouldn't want to establish a sect in that world? To establish a sect there without cause, Daxia wouldn't allow it, but if they participate in this great war as allies, they truly can establish a sect outside. For sects to branch out and flourish, is every sect master's obsession. Li Chushui was almost completely persuaded. Lin Zaiasu smiled. Besides these, I can personally come to some consensus with these sects, such as jointly researching arrays, sharing the essence of arrays I obtained from the circulation array, and the Kainkun 9 forms as recorded in the Kainkun breaking array map with allies. In an instant, Li Chushui's heart, which seldom beat intensely over 1,000 years, pounded intensely. As a cultivator, who isn't drawn to the most mysterious array path on the cultivation path? As a sect master, who doesn't wish to possess a set of mountain protection array? Lin Zaiasu's cultivation might be dismissed by the giants of the Enlightenment realm, but his array path has already stirred up a bloody storm in Kun Kang. And now he is willing to share his array path with allies. This is indeed today's heavy blow. It needs only one strike for Li Chushui to not miss it. I represent Chunshui Palace and accept, Li Chushui replied with 9 words. Lin Zaiasu smiled. I can also discuss with Lord Lu of Li Palace and Elder Hua of Shenghua Valley, informing them of everything you've mentioned in detail. Lin Zaiasu said, Thank you, Palace Master. Li Chushui took a deep breath, but young Master Lin, there is something you must know. Palace Master, please speak. Our 3 sects are currently in Kun Kang in an extremely awkward position. Of the disciples sent out, 19 do not return. If our 3 sects, top echelon sends out, our mountain gates would be swiftly breached by strong foes. Lin Zaiasu's smile remained unchanged. I anticipated this, which is why I entered Kun Kang a second time. What are you planning? Before the army leaves Kun Kang, I intend to resolve the worries behind Kun Kang. How will you resolve this? Li Chushui's heart raced again. Today, I will go to Yin Yang Temple, and then to Luonian Heaven, to give those 2 former top sects a choice. What if they don't choose the choice you offer? What if they have their own choices? Li Chushui's gaze flickered, giving a light-hearted rebuttal. This rebuttal was gentle, but the meaning was clear. If you, Lin Zaiasu, enter Yin Yang Temple and Luonian Heaven, why should they heed your choice? If they simply slap and kill you, would that not demonstrate their own choice? Lin Zaiasu smiled. Those who heed advice will become allies. Those who don't, I won't mind using some means. Confident. Rest assured. Li Chushui said, Do you need me to personally protect you? No need. In fact, you should. Lin Zaiasu said. In times like these, the palace master should remain stationed at the Chunshui main hall, not giving the enemy any opportunity. Li Chushui pondered for a long time, then gently raised his hand. This is my communication talisman. If you encounter a crisis, crush it at any time. Thank you. The situation is urgent. Ryushui also needs to enter the Nishui pond. The 2 of you should say your farewells. Li Chushui stood up gracefully and left the Chunshui main hall. Outside the hall, the north wind blew. Outside the mountain, the lake waters were turbulent. Li Chushui stood silently in front of the main hall, letting his mind gradually clear. He seemed to have realized that he might have been coaxed, that there was some evasion in what was said. However, after much thought, he still felt that, in terms of emotion and reason, for public and private reasons, for current trends and future considerations, this seemed to be the choice to make. After a long time, he finally sighed lightly and thought, well, even if this kid is just painting rosy pictures, tricking Chunshui Palace into full participation, so what if I fall for it this once? After all, this is the righteous thing to do, protecting all living beings in the world. In the Chunshui main hall, Ding Ryushui quietly looked at him, a faint smile at the corner of her mouth, as a whisper reached his ear. So, did you trick my master? Sort of. Such nerve, daring to trick a giant of the Enlightenment realm, and admitting it in front of their direct disciple. Lin Zaiasu smirked. So what about a direct disciple? You're still my dear little wife. I absolutely don't believe you. Stab me in the back. Ding Ryushui rolled her eyes at him. The moment you called me little wife, I really wanted to stab you. Forget it, little husband, take care of yourself. All right. If you encounter danger, crush the communication talisman, don't be stubborn. All right. In Kun Chang, don't fool around with women. We'll talk about that later. Ding Ryushui closed her lips and bit his, causing Lin Zaiasu to jump. Ding Ryushui lifted her fist, brushing it against his forehead, then kicked him in the waist. Lin Zaiasu was kicked out by her. Outside, Li Chushui smiled, gently waved his hand, and a female elder appeared before him, bowing. Palace Master, any orders? Escort Ryushui to the Nishui pond. Yes. The elder raised her hand, her wide sleeves spread out, and Ding Ryushui was taken away. Lin Zaiyasu slightly bowed. Farewell, palace master. Until we meet again. Until we meet again. Lin Zaiyasu straightened his form and dashed away from the Chunshui main hall. Moments later, he arrived at the spring water pavilion. On the other side of the pavilion, a beautiful boat was just about to dock when it suddenly stopped. A curtain on the boat was drawn. As the curtain was drawn, Lin Zaiyasu saw the person inside. This person was none other than Li Chushui's only daughter, Li Bingxin. Li Bingxin also saw him. She directly avoided him. Lin Zaiyasu gave a slight smile toward her direction, then moved his feet and went up along the river. Kunkang is actually not large, just a place of a mere 500 miles in radius. Thus, it's not a place where you must travel by boat all the time. Walking through Jianghu, measuring the land of Kunkang with one's own feet, was also a pleasure for Lin Zaiyasu. Didn't someone say it? Every man has a Jianghu dream. In modern society, where you can't walk the Jianghu road, walking a bit in Kunkang is also a masculine mindset. So Lin Zaiyasu just walked. What he didn't notice was, on the mountain peak as birds flew, two elders quietly watched him. The strong mountain wind blew, but the two elders' hair was strangely hanging down their backs, without the slightest flutter. This anomaly itself was a declaration, declaring their extraordinary cultivation. Indeed, they were the top figures of Kun Kang's second echelon, hailing from Tianyan Palace. Tianyan Palace's second elder, Zheng Lingyun. Tianyan Palace's fourth elder, Zheng Chu. Chapter 555, Chapter 554, Slaying Lingyun with a Single Sword. The mountain breeze gently wafted. The river water flowed slowly eastward. Occasionally, fallen leaves would swirl with the wind, landing either on the river or beneath the trees. Lin Zaiyasu strolled leisurely, as if also sensing the stark contrast between this place and the other side of the world, separated only by a wall. Ahead was a mountain pass. As he turned it, the view suddenly opened up. The towering mountain stood before him. A distant city was hidden amidst the clouds and mist. The river on the left became wide, slowly spreading with the terrain. He suddenly planted his foot, standing on the mountain path. His head slowly lifted. With a whoosh, the mountain wind howled past. A person appeared out of nowhere in front of him. Almost simultaneously, a person also appeared out of nowhere behind him. He was very familiar with the clothes the two wore. Cloud patterns descended from the shoulders, elegantly reaching the bottom. Not to mention, the ordinary blue robes were made more graceful by a single cloud pattern. Tianyan Palace. This was the attire of Tianyan Palace. The cloud pattern on the shoulder, reserved for elders. Cloud pattern on the left shoulder for top elders. Cloud pattern on the right shoulder for regular elders. And these two both had the cloud pattern on the left shoulder. Lin Zaiyasu, the elder in front, uttered three words, clear and soft amidst the howling wind. Top elder of Tianyan Palace, Lin Zaiyasu responded, may I ask what guidance you have? Zheng Lingyun in front said, I want to tell you two things. Please speak. The first thing, Zheng Lingyun said, your blockade of Kunkang, our sect does not like it. Lin Zaiyasu gave a faint smile, and the second thing. The second thing, the fourth elder Zheng Chu behind him said, I actually quite like your entry into Kunkang this time. Lin Zaiyasu slightly turned his body. Why? Because Kunkang intended to breach this blockade but couldn't find a suitable entry point for a while. But you are the entry point delivered to us. The entry point delivered to you, Lin Zaiyasu frowned. I wonder how the two elders plan to enter. You will act as our insider, exit Kunkang and destroy the array platform. Once you complete your mission, Zheng Lingyun said, next, there will naturally be experts to occupy Wuxiang Temple and once and for all resolve Kunkang's turmoil. Lin Zaiyasu laughed. Locking Kunkang was the most awe-inspiring thing I've ever done in my life, and now you want me to act as a shameless traitor and destroy it with my own hands. Tell me, elder, are you crazy, or do you think I'm crazy? Neither. Zheng Lingyun took a step forward, just because you have no choice. Zheng Chuo behind him also stepped forward. In fact, saying you have no choice at all is not accurate. You actually do have a choice. Either willingly implant our palace's loyalty lock, or have us break your hands and forcibly implant the loyalty lock. In his hand was a peculiar little lock. The lock was tiny, only as big as a mung bean, with a jade green sheen. It looked rather cute. However, it was the most terrifying control tool of Tianyan Palace. The lock could be implanted into the human body by mystical means. Once activated, it would split and instantly shred a person's internal organs to pieces. Lin Ziasu stared at the little lock. I've heard that Tianyan Palace has trained a large group of beautiful women and handsome men, infiltrating various major powers. Is this lock how you control them, making them obedient to you? Are you looking down on this lock? Zhang Lingyun's voice was eerie, sending chills down one's spine. Lin Ziasu said, to be honest, I really do look down on it a bit. In terms of controlling people, you are 180,000 miles behind the nine-headed snake that was wiped out by me. So I say, you're just a bunch of ignorant idiots, yet you act all high and mighty. Zhang Lingyun's face suddenly darkened. The howling mountain wind seemed to suddenly recede from this world. With a swish, a claw struck towards him. This move enveloped Lin Ziasu completely. All his escape routes were completely sealed off. As a top elder of Tianyan Palace, with vast Jianghu experience, well prepared, there was no reason for a frontal strike to miss. However, a longsword suddenly appeared in Lin Ziasu's hand. The sword's light flashed, incomparably sharp. With a swoosh, it swept across the sky, like a hornless antelope with no trail to follow. Already within inches of Zhang Lingyun, his face changed drastically. The speed of this sword was beyond imagination. He felt an extreme crisis, wanting to draw a weapon, but there was no time. All he could do was shift his feet to avoid the edge. His reaction speed was unparalleled. Intention turned to movement with a swoosh. He retreated 5 yards. With true chi circulating, it densely covered the claws, exuding a metallic sheen. This was the battle power of a top-observing heaven expert. Their true chi had evolved to its peak. Half a step further, it would transform from true chi to true yuan. At this level, no matter where the true chi was applied, it was invincible. Therefore, these claws were equivalent to refined steel claws. However, on Lin Ziasu's longsword, a misty and strange sword chi was suddenly unleashed. Swoosh! Zhang Lingyun's face underwent a tumultuous change, and his eyes were filled with disbelief. Thud! 3 fingers fell to the ground. The next moment, his head deviated from his neck. Plop! The head hit the ground. His headless body slowly collapsed. Zhang Chu's eyes widened suddenly, staring in shock at the back of Lin Ziasu. Is this possible? Zhang Lingyun, the second elder of Tianyan Palace, had almost reached the pinnacle right below the Enlightenment realm. Theoretically, as long as one hasn't broken through to the Enlightenment realm, they would be a deceased soul under his claws. How could he be slain with a single sword strike? Moreover, the person who killed him, a year ago at best, only managed to defeat a disciple from Chunshui Palace, far from challenging an elder. But regardless, the fact remains that Zhang Lingyun's head hit the ground. And as long as Zhang Lingyun's head was severed, then the fall of Zhang Chu's head was just a wave away. The old man reacted swiftly, and as fear surged through his heart, he reached the edge of the cliff in a single stride and pulled out a peculiar token. This token was the most urgent token to summon the sect master. As long as it was crushed, the sect master would sense it. An Enlightenment realm power could arrive on the scene in an instant. Theoretically, no one would expect that this top elder would summon the sect master without even exchanging a move, so his emergency retreat and summons theoretically could succeed. However, there's no theory in reality, only facts. The reality was, in the instant he retreated, Lin Ziasu suddenly turned around, his gaze instantly locking on the token in his hand, and in the next moment the sword's brilliance flashed. Yet someone was faster than him. A stream of light in the shape of a phoenix rose from beneath the cliff. Puff! Zhang Chu's entire body turned into a mist of blood, and that peculiar token passed through the mist of blood, falling off the cliff. Below the cliff, a figure soared into the air, snagged the token in midair, and elegantly stood atop the cliff. Lin Ziasu's eyes shone brightly. Dressed in green, with a ghost mask, their eyes held a third of surprise, but more so 7 parts of enthusiasm. Senior sister. The senior sister he referred to could only be one person, Feng Jai of Shenghua Valley. Feng Jai blinked gently with her charming eyes. During this time, I've been staying in Li City. I personally saw you go with the elders of Chunshui Palace to Chunshui Palace. I really didn't expect you to dare roam the Jianghu alone. Lin Asu said. Perhaps it's a telepathic connection. I know senior sister would be waiting for me on this path. With you here, what do I have to fear? Meeting right after caused a burst of laughter. You can't change your mischievous nature, can you, brat? Feng Jai rolled her eyes at him. Actually, there's something I never would have expected either. What? I never expected you to have mastered sword intent. Feng Jai spoke the last two words very softly. There wasn't anyone around, but she still lowered her voice, indicating that these two words held some peculiar significance for her too. What's the big deal about sword intent? Lin Ziasu said. Although the Saintess Qian Ling had once praised his sword intent highly, using lofty terms, for Lin Ziasu himself, sword intent wasn't something he was overly proud of, because for him, its greatest utility was freeing the ultimate strike Li Ren Tears from the constraints of water, making it a move that could be used freely. The power was limited, and it was impossible to use it against giants of the Enlightenment realm. And below the Enlightenment realm, he was already capable of handling them. Therefore for him, sword intent was just the icing on the cake. He didn't consider it of great importance. Feng Jai exhaled softly. Sword intent is only the first step of the 4 steps of sword, yet it's the step that most displays one's talent. The fact that you've crossed this step at the observing Earth realm, I can almost foresee how dazzling the next 3 steps will be. 4 steps of sword. The next 3 steps. Lin Ziasu's heart was stirred. Senior sister, tell me what the 4 steps of sword are. Hasn't anyone told you? Feng Jai was somewhat surprised. No, it's a world of lacking magic outside. No one practices swordsmanship, and I can't just run into a wise kindred spirit of a senior sister. Who would I hear it from? Feng Jai was coaxed by his flattery. With a tinge of emotion, she started explaining. Sword intent, the will of sword Tao. It's actually a very mysterious thing. Without sword intent, a sword is just a tool, merely an instrument to kill or injure. But with sword intent, a sword becomes the way. It sounds a bit sophisticated, seeming slightly idealistic. Yet it has practical effects. Where are these effects reflected? Those with sword intent, even grass and trees become sharp weapons. For those with sword intent, ordinary moves become extraordinary. For example, Comrade Zio Lin's 3 swords of separation. The first move, separation. Before integrating sword intent, the sword was fast but not powerful. Faced with the robust-bodied genetic people, the sword couldn't even scratch their scales, however. After integrating sword intent, even against a super defensive fierce beast like the Earthfall beast, it would still cut them in 2 with 1 strike. Not to mention with sword intent linked, the ultimate move Li Ren Tears could unfold without needing water. Therefore you may call the principle of sword intent mysterious, but the result, well, the result is even more mysterious. The 4 steps of sword. The first step is acquiring sword intent. The second step is sword intent green flower. The third step, refined sword fruit. The fourth step, sword world. It's heard that there's still a great transcendence beyond, but that's legend, and we won't talk about legends. Why was Feng Jai so shocked? Lin Ziasu comprehended sword intent. Simply because she knew exactly when Lin Ziasu started engaging with the sword. It was just a year ago, right after entering Kunkang. Before entering Kunkang, he was in the modern metropolis, a society where Feng Jai had also gathered information through various channels. She knew it was a society where you couldn't easily carry a sword. You couldn't even carry a sword onto a vehicle, so where would you practice swordsmanship? Thus, it can be seen, he truly started engaging with the sword just a year ago. A year ago, he began practicing swordsmanship, and in just 1 short year, he had comprehended sword intent. How should Lu Sanqian take this? How should all the disciples under Lu Sanqian take this? It's essential to know, besides Lu Sanqian, throughout the entire Li Palace, no one has yet comprehended sword intent. Chapter 556, Chapter 555, Space Law Frustrates Giants of the Enlightenment Realm. Lin Ziasu listened to her as she spoke with a hint of emotion about these insights. He blinked gently. Senior sister, from my observation, it seems you possess sword intent as well, and your sword intent is much stronger than mine. I reached King Hua realm just 2 months ago, Feng Jai said. Lin Ziasu rubbed his forehead. Senior sister, you praised me so thoroughly I'm on cloud 9. Now you tell me you're a whole realm above me. Are you praising me or praising yourself? Feng Jai chuckled, her eyes curving like crescent moons. I'm different, don't compare with me. Besides being kind and lovely, what else is different about you? You must tell me. Feng Jai shot him a sideways glance. Promise me something and I'll tell you. You say it. No flattering people without principles. Whenever I hear you sweet talk, I feel like you're about to sell me out. Look at what you're saying, senior sister. Lin Ziasu was speechless too. I promise. My secret you can't tell anyone else, Feng Jai said. I am not of this world's origin. When Feng Jai appeared in this world, she was merely bones. A century ago, these bones awakened a naive consciousness and began to cultivate independently. Then she met Hua Maioi. Hua Maioi unintentionally disrupted her cultivation and realized it afterward. Thus, using the rejuvenation secret technique, she pulled her back. Moved by Hua Maioi's kindness, she voluntarily became her disciple. That's how they began a Chinese letter, unknown to the outside world. As she practiced the rejuvenation secret technique, her consciousness's awakening accelerated, and she recalled some cultivation techniques deeply embedded in her bones, advancing faster than any disciple. But regarding her true identity, she still didn't know. She just knew she came from the ancient wilderness and vaguely remembered some sects from there. However, specific people and events were still scattered branches and leaves for her. Only Hua Maioi knew this currently. She said one day, once Feng Jai reached the second realm of enlightenment of God realm and formed a primordial spirit, she should be able to awaken all her memories. After all, the consciousness's essence is ultimately guided by the primordial spirit. Once the primordial spirit awakens, the consciousness's return is likely. She spoke of all this. Lin Ziasu was stunned. He didn't know this part of her story. If she hadn't said it herself, no amount of speculation could have revealed that this remarkable woman he met in Kun Kang, the one he keeps calling his senior sister, was actually a reborn skeleton. What do they call this outside? A skeletal spirit indeed. No wonder her most noticeable trait is thinness. Feng Jai gently exhaled. The ancient wilderness is imminent in breaking the realm, right? Yes. You entered Kun Kang this time, hoping the major sects there would lend a hand to collectively resist the ancient wilderness invasion. Yes. I happen to come from the ancient wilderness, Feng Jai's voice wavered. If everyone coming from the ancient wilderness were like you, what a blessed event that would be. Alas, they're not you. Feng Jai gently raised her hand and pressed it over his. If folks from their side can come here, theoretically, people from this side can go there too. Maybe I could go there to uncover my identity, find my sect, and cooperate with you to avert this calamity. Senior sister, you are somewhat naive. Indeed, affairs between realms could lead to destruction, and what could a rootless wanderer like me achieve? I don't even know my family's surname or name, so how could I sway decisions between realms? Feng Jai sighed. For now, I'll join your group for the first stage. Never mind if leading the adversaries are my own parents. Let's just defeat them first. Senior sister, if you're so good to me again, I won't be able to hold back from flattering you. Feng Jai laughed. Let's get on the boat first. Lin Ziasu's gaze dropped toward the cliffside, where he saw a black canopy boat. She brought it along. This senior sister is quite elegant. Though she's already at the pinnacle of observing heaven, able to cover miles swiftly, she still prefers leisurely travels through Jianghu on a small boat. Suddenly, a change occurred on the river. The gently flowing river seemed to bizarrely halt. The small boat ceased rocking. Feng Jai abruptly looked up. Her hair floated, strangely suspended in the void. The large trees on the slope also suddenly froze. Enlightenment realm, Feng Jai said in a deep voice. As her words fell, a figure in the air resembled a step across the sky. At the first step, the river appeared to lower. At the second step, all mountain winds vanished. At the third step, he landed before them. This was a gentle and refined middle-aged man. Master Zheng of Tianyan Palace, Feng Jai stepped forward to shield Lin Ziasu. The newcomer was Zheng Tianyan, someone Lin Ziasu once saw. Back during his first entry into Kun Kang, he witnessed Hua Maioi escape the Shenghua Valley's entrapment formation, and she fought Zheng Tianyan in the sky, displaying the formidable powers of the Enlightenment realm for the first time. Zheng Tianyan's gaze swept the slopes, then returned to the two. The elegance and refinement on his face faded, saying blandly, Lin Ziasu, Feng Jai, daring to kill our sect's top elder, Hua Maioi can't protect you. As his voice fell, a finger extended. Midway, the finger suddenly enlarged, like a pillar striking the heavens. Enlightenment Realm True Essence Transformation. Feng Jai's hand shook violently, causing Lin Zaiasu to retreat to the cliff's edge. Her hair floated high, and she lifted her sword, thousands of phoenix phantoms bursting into the sky. Every phoenix bore azure wings. Sword intent green flower, truly worthy as the first below Enlightenment Realm, Zhang Tianyan said, but just below Enlightenment Realm. With a bang, this finger enlarged again, swirling the phoenix phantoms into frantic flight. Feng Jai shouted loudly, Nirvana swordsmanship opening form, enemy neither lives nor exists. The sky's phoenix phantoms abruptly merged into one colossal phoenix that covered the sky and the sun. The phoenix soared and collided with Zhang Tianyan's finger that shattered the heavens. Boom! The mountain split in two. Zhang Tianyan's true essence giant finger dissipated like smoke and clouds, and Feng Jai spat out a mouthful of blood as she was flung far away. With cultivation beneath the Enlightenment Realm, she crossed the chasm of that realm to forcibly withstand an attack from within it, a feat enough to astonish the world. Yet, Feng Jai's heart sank like ice, for she realized that even if she called upon her master now, it would be far too late. Lin Zaiasu, what should we do? The feared crisis arrived faster than imagined. Zhang Tianyan took a step forward, pointing directly at Lin Zaiasu. Feng Jai, watching this from her fall in the sky, felt her heart shatter with fear. And Zhang Tianyan suddenly froze. For with his step forward, the scenery before him morphed, suddenly transforming into the misty rain Jiangnan. In the misty rain Jiangnan, lotuses bloomed everywhere. 100 lotuses wilted simultaneously. One flower detached from its branch with a profound sense of desolation and a poignant reluctance to leave, yet it carried an unmatched killing intent. That very flower collided with the incoming True Essence giant finger. Cracks ran all across the True Essence giant finger. What a sword! Zhang Tianyan was moved. Bang! The wind swept away the clouds. It was as if the picturesque Jiangnan was erased by that one finger. Once again, the finger pointed at Lin Zaiasu. Along the path forward, the previous cracks all closed up, becoming more refined. Seeing this finger, Lin Zaiasu had no means of resistance. Suddenly, he gently waved his hand. With this wave, the last hint of the Jiangnan mist rain's ambience was dispelled, and a rift was torn open in the void. The rift was not large, at most 1 jang. To the naked eye, it appeared like a light fog before him, dissipating easily with a gust of breath. However, Zhang Tianyan's domineering attack pierced into this rift, as if stabbing into another world. Completely vanished. Whoosh! Zhang Tianyan hurriedly withdrew his right hand. His middle finger was severed halfway. His face was full of disbelief. With a swish, like a giant bird startled from beneath the cliff, Feng Jai finally returned. Her eyes fell upon the rift in front of Lin Zaiasu, leaving her utterly bewildered. Heavens, how is this possible? Zhang Tianyan, remember one thing, Lin Zaiasu stated. Since I dared to enter Kun Kang, there's no way you can kill me. Today, I'll give you a chance to make a new choice. If you persist in your ignorance, Dongfeng Lai, Ren Kangmeng will be your precedence. Zhang Tianyan's face was ashen, as he dumbly watched the slowly fading void rift before him. Senior sister, let's go. Lin Zaiasu grabbed Feng Jai's hand. Feng Jai raised her hand, catching hold of his, and the two jumped from the cliff, landing accurately on the small boat. The small boat flowed downstream. Zhang Tianyan stood on the hillside, staring at the void before him. Space law. Is this possible? Rules can only be comprehended in the third realm of enlightenment, and he was currently only in the first realm, body enlightenment. Even in the second realm, enlightenment of God, one may not witness it in a lifetime, let alone the third realm, rule enlightenment. And laws are at the pinnacle of the rules. Space law is the king of all laws. This lad hasn't even reached observing heaven. Could he have comprehended the king of laws? It's simply impossible. Nonetheless, this rift appearing out of thin air. His true essence finger entered the rift, was directly severed and shattered, the kind of heart-stopping killing intent. The sensation that trembles the deepest soul wasn't a facade. Does he possess an exotic space treasure? This may be the only explanation. However, he dared not move. He was petrified by this overwhelming space law, which far surpassed the cultivation path. He was also spooked by Lin Zaiasu's earlier unsettlingly calm statement. I dared to enter Kun Kang. There's no way you can kill me. If you persist in ignorance, Dongfeng Lai, Ren Kangmeng will be your precedence. Such words taken on their own would have any enlightenment realm kill him for his arrogance. Yet these words were spoken after witnessing the space law. Logically speaking, this lad must have an extraordinary card to play. Otherwise, how could he not know entering Kun Kang is tantamount to seeking death? Reality proved the trump card. He possessed far exceeded imagination. With so many opponents against Lin Ziasu, should it really be him, Zhang Tianyan, to stand out, to experience his unheard-of trump card? Once this understanding was reached, Zhang Tianyan missed a golden opportunity. The little boat drifted slowly, turning past the headland in front, leaving the battlefield of life and death unseen at last. Feng Jai took a deep breath. Now you must tell me you. Lin Ziasu suddenly went limp. You're injured. Feng Jai extended her hand to catch him. Lin Ziasu's complexion visibly paled rapidly. My blood tower, it's about to collapse. Feng Jai's expression changed drastically. She pointed at his dantian. His blood tower was riddled with cracks. The 8 heavenly stars atop the blood tower swayed precariously. Feng Jai was shocked. Quickly sit cross-legged. I'll help you return the chi to your dantian and reinforce the blood tower. No need, Lin Ziasu said. Senior sister, lend me your lap to rest on for a while. Regardless of her consent, Lin Ziasu lay down, resting on her lap. Feng Jai was worried. She touched his dantian again out of concern and was slightly startled. His blood tower had stabilized, no longer deteriorating. In the next instant, it seemed full of boundless vitality, slowly converging. His blood tower was indeed quickly repairing. If the speed of recovery alone was judged, if the rejuvenation secret technique claimed second, no cultivation technique would dare claim first in the world. Yet his cultivation exceeded by tenfold any rejuvenation secret technique she had seen. This junior brother started to become a bit miraculous. Feng Jai finally let out a sigh of relief, putting her hand down, gently stroking his hair. Chapter 557, Chapter 556, Second Target, Yin Yang Temple. Lin Ziasu finally experienced for the first time in his life the combat power of the enlightenment realm. He finally truly sensed the gap between the enlightenment realm and observing heaven. With his current combat power, no matter what kind of observing heaven, he feared none. Even if it was the remnant from 10,000 years ago, today's Saintess Qian Ling, once she reached observing heaven, he could still tear through her defenses with one strike of Li Ren tears. However, the enlightenment realm and observing heaven are completely different concepts. True Yuan and True Qi are qualitatively different. Zhang Tianyan's strike utilized True Yuan. He countered the strike with all his might, seemingly effectively intercepting, causing cracks to spread across the giant finger and misty rain Jiangnan, and even making Zhang Tianyan involuntarily stagnate. But this interception almost led to the collapse of his blood tower. He practiced the rejuvenation secret technique, excelling in self-healing, and even integrated the flower of the wood rules from Saintess Qian Ling. This miraculous rule power could regenerate severed limbs on the battlefield and instantly heal injuries. Yet, even with so many methods of healing, Lin Ziasu still took a full 2 hours to recover from the internal injuries. Only because these injuries weren't ordinary, they were true Yuan injuries. True Yuan is fundamentally different from true Qi. Correspondingly, injuries caused by true Yuan are far more severe than those caused by true Qi or swords. His eyes slowly opened. On the spring river, spring was in full bloom. Behind a ghost mask, his gaze was gentle. Feng Jai gently exhaled, better. Almost, Lin Ziasu smiled. I have a rather surprising discovery. What? Feng Jai's heart suddenly skipped a beat. Could it be that Zhang Tianyan was still around? But why are you smiling? Lin Ziasu said, Senior sister, you've gained some weight on your thighs. Feng Jai's eyes widened a bit. That's your amazing discovery. Yes, you didn't have much meat on your thighs before, but now they are really quite full. Feng Jai's thigh jolted, causing Lin Ziasu to bounce up. Feng Jai gave him a sidelong glance. Just now you were half-stepping on Nave Bridge, now you're already spreading such talk. I must admit, the injured and dying junior brother is a more obedient junior brother. It's not that bad, I've always been quite well behaved. You've never behaved, Feng Jai said. The impression you've left on me has always been one of cunning and calculation. But junior brother, I suddenly feel that you miscalculated today. Of course, it might be me who miscalculated. You mean? Zheng Tianyan's appearance went beyond our expectations, and we ended up creating a crisis for ourselves. Isn't that so? After killing those two elders, we should have anticipated Zheng Tianyan's personal arrival, Feng Jai said. All right, the responsibility lies with me. After meeting him this time, her mind was overwhelmed with emotions that defied explanation, and she seemed to have lost her usual Jianghu vigilance, casually discussing in front of the corpse of the elder from Tianyan Palace, without any foresight of the consequences. His lack of Jianghu experience is understandable, but hers was inexcusable given her past experience in Jianghu. Yet she once had Jianghu experience, so why did she commit such a basic error today? Was it her confidence in his cunning and cleverness, or did her mind become muddled upon meeting him? Lin Asu faintly smiled. Those two elders, each of us killed one. The one you killed didn't have the chance to crush the communication talisman, but the one that died at my hands I clearly saw crush the communication talisman before dying. Feng Jai's heart leapt. Did you actually know that Zheng Tianyan would come soon? I was waiting for him from the start. Feng Jai stared at him for a long moment. Why? 2 reasons, Lin Asu said. The first reason, I really wanted to personally test the combat power of the Enlightenment realm because, in the upcoming battle, my biggest opponents will be from the Enlightenment realm. Without first-hand experience, I'll lack a direct parameter, and making battle plans would become biased. Feng Jai's eyes slowly shut briefly, and the second reason. The second reason relates to our upcoming actions, Lin Asu said. This time, my journey in Kun Kang is to connect various parties and play games with Kun Kang. A person too afraid to meet alone with entities from the Enlightenment realm has no say. Is that why you refused the company of Lord Li from Chunshui Palace? Yes, with her or Lord Hua or even Lord Lu accompanying me, I could certainly navigate Kun Kang. But could people truly see me? They would only see the giants of the Enlightenment realm by my side, and perceive that I'm a fox relying on the tiger's might, hiding under the tiger's protection. How much weight would my words carry then? Feng Jai exhaled lengthily, her body leaning slowly forward. Is there another reliance? Your space law. Space law. Being spoken of by others for the first time. Lin Asu gently smiled. What I know about space law is merely superficial. This spatial crack at most can give him a scare. Just a slight change in his attack mode, and space law would be ineffectual against him. Feng Jai slowly nodded. I think so too. Then the question arises, how did you ensure he would be truly frightened? Because he's unsure if I may have other, more frightening backups, and because this is Kun Kang, where many desire Lin Asu dead, it's not worth it for Zheng Tianyan to take a risk with his own life. Feng Jai pondered for a moment. This hinges on the fundamental trait of Kun Kang's major giants to prioritize self-preservation. Yes. Then, do you actually have a genuine trump card against the Enlightenment realm? Senior sister, do you think I'm stupid? Lin Asu asked her. You've probably received many negative evaluations in life, like deserving death, or being a spineless offspring, or being lustful. But I suppose no one would call you stupid. Feng Jai's gaze flickered as she spoke truthfully. Someone who knows me well, senior sister you are, Lin Asu said. I may have many flaws, but the one advantage is not being stupid. Do I not understand how Kun Kang's Enlightenment realm entities think? Do I not know that the moment I enter Kun Kang, the world would teeter with murderous intent? So why dare to come here? If I had no trump card capable of killing an Enlightenment realm with one strike, I doubt anyone would believe it. Modern technology, as outsiders would term it black technology, Feng Jai asked. Haha, senior sister, if you step out of Kun Kang now in theory, you could quickly integrate with the outside world. You sure adapt quickly to new things. Lin Asu laughed. Let's go, we're heading to the Yin-Yang Temple. Just like this, taking the boat. The biggest advantage of meeting Zheng Tianyan today is that I can now openly visit every peak and forbidden zone in Kun Kang. The small boat drifted leisurely, with the two people at the bow appearing relaxed. Lin Asu's last words carried profound meaning. Why did meeting Zheng Tianyan today clear his path in Kun Kang? It's simple, a straightforward logical deduction. Does Zheng Tianyan hate him? He hated him from the start, because Lin Asu broke Tianyan Palace's blockade on Shenghua Valley, allowing Hua Maoi to emerge and sweep through 2 mountain peaks, indirectly causing thousands of deaths that could be blamed on him. He hated him even more today, because 2 top elders from Tianyan Palace died right before him. But why didn't Zheng Tianyan kill him? This question will soon spread throughout Kunkang. After gathering relevant information, the giants will become curious, and the answer will be evident. Zhang Tianyan was intimidated by him. What exactly intimidated a giant of the Enlightenment realm? Unknown. As long as this remains unknown, no giant in the Kunkang Enlightenment realm will dare to take risks. And those below the Enlightenment realm would dare even less. Because this lad's courage rivals a stubborn bull, at the observing heaven level, top elders really drew their swords. There's reason to believe that Lin Ziasu's path ahead will at least have some surface tranquility. This tranquility is based on Kunkang's unique ecology and human nature. A mountain peak loomed ahead of the small boat. The peak bathed in sunlight, while the valley below looked particularly deep. If the mountain is yang, then the water flowing through the valley below is yin. Here lies one of the upper three sects of Kunkang, the Yin-Yang Temple. Feng Jia's voice transmitted secretly. Did you detect Zhang Tianyan? He should have really left now. Did the drama we staged on the boat truly deceive him? Lin Ziasu's lips curled into a faint smile. People always want to believe in secrets overheard. It's a flaw of human nature. What does this statement reveal? It reveals that Zhang Tianyan was actually eavesdropping on their conversation aboard. Did Zhang Tianyan believe it? He truly believed it. Because Lin Ziasu exposed his greatest trump card, the space law. He knew only the basics, and relying solely on space law couldn't counter Zhang Tianyan. This matched Zhang Tianyan's self-assessment. However, he clearly had another trump card, the outside world's black technology. As long as technology from the outside world comes with the word black, it always leaves people in awe. Zhang Tianyan left. Even though he clearly realized how he had become a stepping stone for Lin Ziasu, he could only leave because he was a calculating man, fully understanding Kunkang's ecology, and he wouldn't risk himself for others. Yin-Yang Temple, Yangju Lai Yinju. This fish has already willingly presented itself to you. If you don't seize the opportunity, how can the upper three sects reclaim its prestige? Then you'll be standing in front of me, Zhang Tianyan, and others can't say I've been weak, right? The small boat docked. Like a boat docking on desolate mountains. This mountain embodied the Taoist style of free clouds and wild cranes. The mountain path was paved with green stones. But many green stones showed damage. Weeds thrived in the stone cracks, branches and leaves scattered everywhere, lacking temple monks to sweep them, simply because Taoists don't play, do not let dust settle on the spirit platform games. What they seek is unity of heaven and man. If rain falls, mothers marry, leaves fall, stones break, it's all the Tao. Forcing embellishments deviates from the path. Lin Ziasu and Feng Jai strolled up, looking very relaxed. Lin Ziasu even posed a question. Senior sister, in reality, as this demon-faced witch, you can't hide from anyone in Kunkang now, right? I was dragged into it by you, now even 3-year-olds probably know who I am, Feng Jai said. But why do you still wear the mask? I'm ugly, afraid of scaring little children. Chapter 558. Chapter 557. Yin and Yang divided within the Yin-Yang Temple. Stop that, Lin Ziasu glared at her. Your thighs have gained flesh. Surely your face has become prettier as well. Senior sister, could you secretly take off your mask and let me take a look? No. Just a glance, I'll keep it a secret for you. Why do you insist on looking? Can a glance fill a bowl of rice? Maybe more than that, since our flirtatious ancestors once said that beauty can be eaten. You never heard them specify how many meals. You, instead of wasting your time, wouldn't it be better to flirt with disciples of Chunshui Palace? Ah, is that disciple called Ding Ryushui, the one rumored to have opened the water secret realm? That's her. Opened the water secret realm, what's special about it? Well, I haven't quite figured that out. As thick-skinned as Lin Ziasu was, he couldn't tell her that a woman who opened a secret realm is wetter in bed, maybe. He had no idea what his senior sister was like before. But currently, she was probably still a virgin. Why? Previously, she was skin and bones, completely unappealing to men. Now she has some flesh, but holds the identity of the demon-faced witch, which man dares to get close. So, logically speaking, she's a virgin. A virgin shouldn't be too flirtatious. A voice came from ahead. Venerable Wu Liangshu, what brings the two of you here? Lin Ziasu looked up to see a Taoist in green, holding a horsetail whisk across his chest, slightly bowing, asking them questions. Behind him was an ancient Taoist temple, precisely the yin-yang temple. Lin Zaiasu also slightly bowed. I am Lin Zaiasu. In the past, I had an agreement with Master Yin of your temple, saying if I were to enter Kun Kang again, I would come to the yin-yang temple. I kindly asked the Taoist to notify him. The Taoist was slightly surprised. His gaze swept across Lin Zaiasu's face and the face of Feng Jai behind her mask. Then he bowed. Young Master Lin and this young lady, please wait at the halfway pavilion. The halfway pavilion stood in the wilderness, with wild grasses covering its surface. Lin Zaiasu and Feng Jai entered side by side, sitting on a long wooden bench. The mountain wind passed by, and the Taoist drifted into the yin-yang temple. Inside the yin-yang temple, above was a Taoist platform. On the platform, 2 old Taoists were present, with about 100 followers below. One of them wore a red robe, his face looking very rosy. He was Yang Jiu Lai. The other, wearing a Taoist robe that presumably hadn't been washed for who knows how many years, had become indescribable. His hair likewise appeared unwashed for many years. Even his face was splotched with grayish-black dirt. He was Yin Jiao. Lin Zaiasu had encountered him once before, after the Chunshui event when he, Li Chushui, Hua Maioi, and Feng Jai chased Chunshui Palace's traders, confronting Ren Kangmeng and Master Kong Ru of Three Buddha Temple. During that confrontation, Hua Maioi and Li Chushui faced off against Ren Kangmeng and Kong Ru, 4 great enlightenment realms 2 against 2. In this evenly matched scene, Yin Jiu stepped onto the board. His presence signified the entry of Yin-Yang Temple, one of the forces from the upper 3 sects of Kun Kang. Personally, he represented a strength of the enlightenment realm. It seemed he was about to break the balance, leading to comprehensive suppression of Lin Zaiasu's side, but Lin Zaiasu sent away Yin Jiu with just a few words. He noticed Yin Jiu's interest in his array path. So he directly told Yin Jiu, I Lin Zaiasu don't like to be forced, but I can take a toast. If you act tough, I'll cut ties with you. Don't expect to get the circulation array or the Kainkun breaking array hand. If you're wise, temporarily retreat today. Next time when I enter Kun Kang, I will specially visit the Yin-Yang Temple. Yin Jiu was shaken by the main outline of the circulation array he casually mentioned, and by the Kainkun breaking array hand he casually performed. Weighing the pros and cons, he withdrew. Feng Jai, present then, knew everything intimately. Today, he used this as an excuse to knock on the doors of Yin-Yang Temple. Could he really trade his renowned array path in Kun Kang, the desire of various enlightenment realms, for the help of Yin-Yang Temple? However, a strand of sound entered Lin Zaiasu's ear. I personally think, if you're planning to negotiate with them using array path as a bargaining chip, it's somewhat risky. The 2 temple masters of Yin-Yang Temple are definitely not kind-hearted individuals. Even if they benefit, they might not repay you. They might kill you to make their array path supreme, which matches their character more. I know. Lin Zaiasu's face held a mysterious smile. Within the temple, a figure quickly entered, ascended the high platform, and bowed behind Yin Jiu. Yin Jiu suddenly raised his head. Yang Jiu Lai also suddenly raised his head. Brother Yin, the preposterous agreement from that day, did he actually follow through? Yang Jiu Lai's voice entered Yin Jiu's ear. Preposterous or not, one time is different from another, Yin Jiu said. This time he is likely using the array path as an exchange condition, seeking our temple's assistance to break the Kun Kang game. What do you intend? A sinister light flashed in Yang Jiu Lai's eyes. Yin Jiu said, first take the array path. He only spoke 4 words, nothing more. These words were eerie enough, no need to say more. Yang Jiu Lai slowly shook his head. This child with an ant-like body actually stirs the Kun Kang structure. Coming here voluntarily means he must have a backing. The array path setup should not be underestimated. Better consider using the Taoist corpse robe. Taoist corpse robe. Yin Jiu was slightly shocked as well. Others might not know about the Taoist corpse robe, but he certainly does. This is a Taoist robe worn by an ancient Taoist corpse, containing immense power. As long as someone wears it, their mind will be completely controlled. All their secrets can be fully exposed. For Lin Zaiasu, this is undoubtedly the best thing. There are 3 reasons for this. Firstly, Lin Zaiasu's circulation array and Kainkun breaking array hand are the indispensable array path classics of the Yin-Yang Temple, worth using this Taoist treasure. Secondly, as a person, Lin Zaiasu is extremely astute and exceptionally intelligent. The first time he entered Kunkang, he caused a great upheaval. This time, since he took the initiative to come to the Yin-Yang Temple, he surely wouldn't let the temple take advantage easily and would propose conditions that the temple cannot accept. Standing on his viewpoint is, in itself, an unacceptable condition for the temple. Thirdly, Array Path is the most perilous and unpredictable. If he has secretly left a hidden agenda within it, it might be impossible to discover in time. To prevent him from leaving this hidden agenda, the best way is to first control him entirely. The Taoist corpse robe is also the first choice. However, the Taoist corpse robe is not so easy to use. Every time the Taoist corpse robe is used, a heavy price must be paid. Who will pay this price? What you say is right, senior brother. Since you suggested, then let's have you perform the spell, said Yin Jiu. Yang Jiulai smiled faintly. Junior brother, have you forgotten? Today is the 10th day of the first month with a waxing moon above, corresponding to your path, so it should be you who performs the spell. Yin Jiu said, I have deviated in my cultivation practice recently and am not suitable for spell casting. How about letting him stay in the temple for a few days? After a few days, it will be a waning moon. A waning moon, and Yang Jiulai should cast the spell. This was Yin Jiu's calculation. Yang Jiulai's face darkened. Junior brother, we govern the Yin-Yang temple together. We shouldn't plot against each other like this, should we? Yin Jiu's face also darkened. Senior brother, since you know that we govern the Yin-Yang temple together and shouldn't plot against each other, why do my direct disciples keep going over to your side one after another? On Yang Mountain I am the sovereign, said Yang Jiulai. Did you also forget junior brother? I see how it is. Yin Jiu stood up. On Yang Mountain, you are the sovereign, able to seize by sly means and force, while in Yin Valley I am the sovereign, only worthy of researching Array Path. Fortunately, he came to seek me out for Array Path research, so I'll take him to Yin Valley. He stood up tall and left this Taoist hall. Yang Jiulai's face churned with turmoil, inwardly cursing bastard, yet he also had to rise. Otherwise, that wretched junior brother would bring Lin Zaiasu into Yin Valley. And wouldn't Lin Zaiasu's Array Path be solely owned by the junior brother? Junior brother, don't act impulsively. A threat of voice carried into Yin Jiu's ear. Don't let outsiders see our temple as a joke. Yin Jiu halted. Senior brother, unity benefits both, while conflict harms both. I've told you this many times, and when have I ever hoped that you and I would plot against each other? Yang Jiulai responded, then, to the welcoming hall. The welcoming hall. Located halfway up the mountain, between the peak and the valley. At this location, their two positions as temple masters are equal. Yin Jiu smiled lightly. Senior brother enters the welcoming hall first. I'll soon bring the guest over. After reaching a consensus, the two temple masters became brotherly towards each other. Lin Zaiasu finally greeted Yin Jiu. This Taoist priest still looked the same as that day, remarkably identifiable. In the world, few possessed such an old appearance as him, only because the clothes he wore now were the very same set he wore then, never having been washed. Lin Zaiasu and Feng Jai stood up together. Lin Zaiasu slightly bowed. Greetings, Master Yin. Yin Jiu laughed heartily. Young Master Lin, you set the appointment that day and fulfilled it today, indeed a man of your word. A man's word is as good as gold. How could one act contrary to it? Therefore, whether or not what we discuss can be achieved, a visit is still necessary. Yin Jiu said, a man as trustworthy as you, young master, anything can be discussed and anything can be achieved. Please, young master and lady, proceed. Please. Yin Jiu led the way, with Lin Zaiasu and Feng Jai following. Passing through the mountain, the entire scene of the Yin-Yang temple unfolded before Lin Zaiasu. There weren't many disciples on the mountain. Certainly, compared to the ordinary sects of Kunkang, the number of disciples was quite small. There were only a few hundred in sight, all wearing blue robes, either sitting among the rocks or walking along the mountain paths, each with an aura of celestial elegance and Taoist essence. The mountain architecture was quite unique. To outsiders, it seemed disorganized, but through Lin Zaiasu's heavenly Tao wisdom eye, array patterns were visible everywhere. What function did these array patterns serve? A very clear function is confusion. A hidden function is anything they do not wish others to see remains unseen. Their mastery of the array path is indeed not inferior. Yet it's just not inferior. They did not enter the yin-yang temple directly. Instead, they crossed, reaching a solitary cliff ahead. Atop the solitary cliff there was a platform. With a grass hut as its peak, an old Taoist stood in front of the cliff. This Taoist Lin Zaiasu had also seen before, Yang Jiu Lai. During the closure of Kun Kang, Yang Jiu Lai had appeared. He stood shoulder to shoulder with Master Kong Ru of the Three Buddha Temple and one of the leaders of Luonian Heaven, Leng Qingquan, opposing Hua Maioi, Li Chushui, and Lu Sanqian. That game concluded with a missile ending Leng Qingquan, leaving Master Kong Ru stunned, and causing Yang Jiu Lai's heart to skip. And today, the opposing figure from back then has appeared. Is Master Yang also here? Lin Zaiasu took the initiative to greet. Yang Jiu Lai smiled slightly. Brother Yin agreed with you that day on behalf of the Yin-Yang Temple. Since I am the sect leader, I must also acknowledge it. Therefore, with young Master Lin fulfilling his promise, it's only fitting for me to personally welcome him. Upon these words, Yin Jiu's expression immediately turned somewhat unsightly. Chapter 559, Chapter 558, Face Slapping in Person. What's this called? This is called taking control. Although it was Yin Jiu who invited Lin Zaiasu, now this senior brother jumps out to become the one in charge. And the reason was quite sufficient. At that time, Yin Jiu did indeed represent the Yin-Yang Temple. This means he was tied to Yang Jiu Lai. Moreover, Yang Jiu Lai is the sect leader, which means on the surface, Yang Jiu Lai is Yin Jiu's superior. This is also a fact. With one sentence, Yin Jiu's presence was reduced to the minimum. How could Yin Jiu be willing to accept this? However, he was unable to argue because this was on the surface, and on the surface, there must be rules of conduct. Lin Zaiasu's face revealed a look of pleasant surprise. Since the two temple masters have reached a consensus, that's excellent. Shall we get to the point? Young Master Lin is straightforward. I admire this style. Yin Jiu smiled broadly. Please sit. The two sat down at the platform. It's simple in the mountains, only a cup of clear tea. Please have some tea. Yin Jiu raised his hand, and 2 cups of tea flew towards Lin Zaiasu and Feng Jai. Feng Jai lifted her slender hand gracefully and caught it. This catch was like a phoenix spreading its wings, faintly carrying the essence of sword Dao. Lin Zaiasu did not use any impressive techniques. He just lightly tapped the platform with his finger, and the teacup fell naturally, landing in front of his fingers. This action was refined and courteous. But this act also displayed his cultivation at the moment. The hearts of the two temple masters subtly moved. There are many talents in Kun Kang, but having such accomplishments at a young age is rare indeed. Young Master Lin, please clarify your intentions, said Yang Jiu Lai. This time, entering Kun Kang, I am focused on a crisis from the outside world. Lin Zaiasu said, I would like to ask the two temple masters of Yin-Yang Temple to assist me with their outstanding disciples. Seeking our temple's help for an external matter, Yang Jiu Lai said, may I ask what kind of price you can offer? What kind of price does the Yang Temple Master desire? The circulation array formula and Kainkun breaking array hand. This was straightforward. Lin Zaiasu hesitated slightly. The mountain wind blew, carrying a hint of oppression. Everyone was tense, including Feng Jai. She genuinely did not know what method Lin Zaiasu could use to convince the Yin-Yang Temple. If he could indeed convince the Yin-Yang Temple, the solidarity among the former upper 3 sects of Kun Kang would be dismantled, which is crucial for the entire Kun Kang ecology. However, how could he persuade them? Do not be too honest. Your array path is a tool to suppress the upper 3 sects. If the sects were truly to seize it, then the outcome would be one-sided, and they might soon use your arrays to break the outer sealed array, directly overturning the foundation you've established. She had already warned him about this. Now she felt it was not safe, but she could not remind him because of the presence of the 2 giants of the Enlightenment realm, and the Taoist Enlightenment realm possesses many divine powers, so even secret transmission might not be secure. Lin Zaiasu's gaze slowly lifted. Circulation array formula, vast and profound, is divided into 3 sections. Zhou Tian, heaven, profound sky. The Zhou Tian section only has a general outline without details. The heaven section is a collection of the great achievements of array masters over thousands of years, mixed with truth and falsehood, containing both divine and demonic. Only the profound sky section is suitable for teaching. However, the array of profound sky requires compatibility, Otherwise, cultivation would be harmful rather than beneficial. Unknown is which of the 8 natures of the profound sky aligns with the array path tradition of the yin-yang temple. As these words left his mouth, the 2 temple masters' hearts raced. They had spent their lives studying arrays and were truly grandmasters in the array path. When someone speaks of arrays, just one sentence allows them to perceive depth. Lin Ziasu opened his mouth to speak of the array's 3 sections: Zhou Tian, heaven, profound sky. This in itself was incomparably advanced. Most only know about the profound sky, but how many know about the heaven section? Yet they knew that the profound level of the Zhou Tian array was considered the highest, even capable of altering the heavenly Tao. The heaven array is the mad fantasy of array pioneers, unverified. The profound sky array pursues the ultimate precision of the array path. Lin Ziasu's interpretation of the heaven array was entirely accurate. This array is a series of whimsical ideas from generations of array masters, bizarre and absurd, with unknown repercussions, indeed unsuitable for teaching. And the Zhou Tian array, having only an outline without details, also aligns perfectly with the heavenly Tao. The array path needs to match the heavenly Tao. In places incomplete with the heavenly Tao, it is impossible to bear a complete Zhou Tian array. Thus, whether idealist or materialist, both could accept that this world has no Zhou Tian array, and even if it did exist, it would be forcibly erased by the heavenly Tao. Therefore, the profound sky array is the category of array path they could embrace. However, what are the 8 natures of the profound sky? The 2 temple masters of the yin-yang temple very much wanted to ask what the 8 natures of the profound sky meant, but as the words reached their lips, they swallowed them simultaneously. Because the moment they asked, they would be admitting their lack of understanding of the basics in the array path. As towering giants of enlightenment, who could accept this? Yang Jiu Lai's eyes flickered. Young Master Lin's array path accomplishments are extraordinary. He should be able to discern our temple's array path characteristics at a glance. Yin Jiu admired this senior brother so much he could die. No matter how indifferent he felt towards him in other aspects, this reply deserved full marks. Ingeniously returned the ball, without harming their dignity. Lin Ziasu gazed toward the valley below. It seems like boundless, yet also like Tai Kai. Without entering the array, it's ultimately difficult to conclude. May I enter the array for a closer look? This array valley, with 8 points linked together forming the wondrous realm of 4 seasons, is designed precisely to welcome esteemed guests with great talent. Yang Jiu Lai chuckled. Young master, your interest is welcome, please. Masters, please. Yang Jiu Lai flicked his fingers lightly, as if opening a door. A pathway appeared before them. Following this pathway forward, the surroundings instantly changed. A path of bluestone lined with fragrant blooming flowers. The flower path of spring. Lin Ziasu deeply inhaled the fragrance and praised. A path leading to the wondrous realm, flowers alleviating worries. Master Yang's array skills are truly extraordinary. Yang Jiu Lai smiled. Can young Master Lin discern its nature? Let me ponder for a moment. Lin Ziasu pointed his finger, directing it at a tree in the east. This particular gesture exchanged a glance between the yin-yang temple masters, both visibly moved. That position was precisely the array eye of this 4 seasons array. Has any giant of the enlightenment realm of Kun Kang managed to enter this array and discern its array eye at a glance? None but him alone. In a moment's time, Lin Ziasu looked up. Tai Kai takes the lead, supplemented by Boundless, yet I perceive a change in the array ahead. With those words spoken, he stepped forward, and with that step, the scenery transformed completely. A river of jade green water flowing eastward, an old willow swaying by the water's edge, fireflies dancing, a gentle breeze blowing, a delightful scene of midsummer. Lin Ziasu pointed to the root of the old willow. A smile surfaced on his face. Indeed, this array uses Boundless as its primary nature, with Tai Kai supplementing it. The 2 masters excel at nature transformation. I am impressed. This praise unsettled the 1,000-year-old faces of the yin-yang temple masters. Are they adept at nature transformation? They barely grasp what nature transformation even is. This 4 seasons great array was retrieved from the ruins of Luonian heaven. If there's any profoundness, it's thanks to the mentors who left this array. They merely painted the gourd by the scoop. While their thoughts were tangled, Lin Ziasu had already stepped into the 3rd season. An autumn moon in the sky, leaves rustling down, High skies and broad land, spirited and gallant. He routinely pointed at a stone wall, nodded lightly, and took another step. As this step was taken, the surroundings froze. Snowflakes drifting. Lin Ziasu stood amidst the snow, gazing into the sky, face surprised. Yang Jiu Lai smiled faintly. Why doesn't young Master Lin point out the location of the array eye? There is somewhat provocative intent in those words. With the previous 3 transformations, Lin Ziasu pinpointed the array eye with a finger, yet in this winter array, he refrained from action. The intuitive feeling of the 2 temple masters was that they finally touched the boundary of Lin Zia's array path. It's not so easy for him to pinpoint the array eye of the winter array. Lin Ziasu sighed. This array indeed is elusive, high-level and perfect, with infinite artistic conceptions that showcase the wonders of the array path. However, they played with the idea of adding feet to a snake. Adding feet to snake, Yinjiu was slightly startled. Yes, this array is a standard heavenly mechanism nature, with the array eye already hidden in the void, achieving a remarkably high degree of proficiency in the array path. But they played with adding feet to a snake, creating drifting snow. Once this snow flies, the hidden array eye becomes exposed. Lin Ziasu sighed. Hence, it's evident that the senior who devised this array wasn't necessarily highly proficient. His finger gently lifted, pointed into the void. Amidst the void, a snowflake landed on his fingertip. The surrounding snow suddenly halted, suspended in the void. Such an extraordinary scene brightened Feng Jai's eyes. Though utterly unfamiliar with the array path, yet she also knew Lin Ziasu's expertise in the array path was truly outstanding. Yang Julai's expression changed. Completely changed. This 4 seasons array, especially the winter array, was the one he studied the most. The spectacle of drifting snow was his lifetime array path epitome, modifying ancient arrays, making winter feel more like winter. It garnered unanimous praise among the Enlightenment giants of Kunkang. Yet his proudest work in Lin Ziasu's eyes was adding feet to a snake. The original winter array was high-level and perfect. He spent a lifetime refining his array path cultivation, adding this snowfall, which became a blunder. Furthermore, it fulfilled his own words. Because this snow exposed the array eye, pinpointed by his finger. To say it so openly, how could Yang Jiu Lai maintain his composure? Lin Ziasu slowly turned back, a mysterious expression on his face. Master Yang's expression is somewhat peculiar. Is it because I have torn away your facade of pretended profundity and exposed your shallow ignorance? As those words were spoken, Feng Jai's heart skipped a beat. Yin Jiu's heart also skipped a beat. Yang Jiu Lai's gaze suddenly lifted. Confronted face to face with provocation. This youngster first courteous then arrogant. What did you say? Yang Jiu Lai's voice was low. To me, the impression of the 2 temple masters differs. Once Master Yin intended to be my adversary, one word from me persuaded him. He was sensible, thus subsequent interactions occurred. But what about you, Master Yang? In the decisive situation of blocking Kun Kang, you stood against me. On this major issue of right and wrong, you made the wrong choice. You have actually severed your own prospects. Chapter 560. Chapter 559. Miao Shu alters the 4 seasons great array. Feng Jai's hair moved without wind. He had already made it clear. His hostility towards the Yin-Yang temple was fully evident. How dare he turn his face in this manner at this time? Could it be that Li Chushui and Lu Sanqian have arrived? At least she knew that her master Hua Maioi hadn't arrived. Her master was currently in seclusion and could not be disturbed unless it was an exceptional situation, so even when they encountered Zheng Tianyan, she did not send a message to her master until it was absolutely necessary. Yang Jiu Lai gave a chilling smile. So, you came to my door today not to sincerely negotiate a deal with my Yin-Yang temple, but to directly target me. Lin Ziasu replied, a sincere negotiation can still be sincere, but not with you, Yang Jiu Lai. Having Master Yin alone is more than sufficient. Yang Jiu Lai laughed, full of mockery. In front of me, you intend to tear apart the Yin-Yang temple. Tear apart the Yin-Yang temple, ha ha ha, I gladly admit. Lin Ziasu laughed heartily. Do you know why I want to tear it apart? Because having one Taoist temple with 2 masters is a joke. I will help Master Yin remove you, and the Yin-Yang temple will only have 1 master left. I believe Master Yin will be delighted. Nonsense, Yin Jiu's face suddenly darkened. Even though Lin Ziasu's proposal pleased him, and he very much hoped for his senior brother to pass away, he couldn't admit it. Being a giant of the Enlightenment realm, he had the basic awareness that he absolutely could not kill his senior brother. Even trying to forcefully kill him would result in mutual destruction. The Taoist path is not suitable for mutual destruction. He had given up on that approach 800 years ago. However, he would be happy to see his senior brother kill this reckless boy. He was also quite curious to see what trump cards this boy might have. If the boy had the ability to go down with his senior brother, Yin Jihu might even consider enjoying a good drink and a feast that night. At first, emotion surged in Yang Jiu Lai's heart. Could it be true that Yin Jihu had such thoughts? But Yin Jihu denied it to his face. This denial reassured him. If Yin Jihu really had some underhanded dealings with him, there would be no need to deny it after their showdown. A sneak attack would be sufficient. Yin Jihu did not launch a sneak attack and denied it to his face. That proved that even if they had some secret negotiations, nothing had truly been achieved. Boy, has any of your elders ever told you that self-inflicted sin is not meant to survive? His voice echoed with infinite eeriness, and under the cold waves of sound, his Taoist robe suddenly split and descended. Feng Jia's face changed dramatically. With a lift of her hand, her sword unsheathed. However, something strange happened. Yang Jiu Lai's attack, still 3 meters away from Lin Ziasu, was suddenly blocked by a golden stream of light that appeared in front of Lin Ziasu like a curtain. Boom! Yang Jiu Lai's Taoist robe collided with this golden light stream and shattered. Yang Jiu Lai's eyes suddenly widened. Yin Jiu's expression also changed drastically. He raised his gaze, looking at the scene before him as if he had seen a ghost. An array. He and Yang Jiu Lai were enveloped in a great array. And Lin Ziasu and Feng Jia at some point had exited this array. An array, Yang Jiu Lai growled lowly. Lin Ziasu laughed heartily. Do you think I entered your 4 seasons array just to help you understand the array nature of the yin-yang temple? All I wanted was to trap both of you self-proclaimed array masters of the temple within the array. Boy, how did you do it? You didn't even use an array pen. Yin Jiu's mind was filled with confusion. Indeed, Yang Jiu Lai didn't understand either. Yin Jiu never really trusted Lin Ziasu, and neither did he. Any anomalies Lin Ziasu had within the 4 seasons array couldn't have escaped the eyes of the 2 array masters. He merely used his fingers to probe around, without any chance to set up an array. How did he manage to transform the 4 seasons great array into a trapping array? They didn't understand, and of course, Feng Jia understood even less. But she didn't need to understand the array. She only needed to grasp the situation. She clearly knew that Lin Ziasu's actions against the yin-yang temple had entered a substantive phase. He was hundreds of times more aggressive than she had initially anticipated, not using words to persuade or strategies to outwit. Instead, he used the array path to set up an inconceivable scheme. The array path was the strongest domain of the yin-yang temple. Yet he focused precisely on their strongest point. This move no one could have predicted. Lin Ziasu extended a single finger. You both specialize in array formations. Do you know what innate array body means? Innate array body. The masters of the yin-yang temple were all petrified. They realized where the problem lay. He had the innate array body. He didn't need an array pen. His fingers themselves were the array pen. When he entered the array earlier, he touched the 4 array eyes, modifying the 4 seasons array right under their noses. What a case of a lifetime of hunting geese, only to be pecked in the eye by a goose. Yang Jiu Lai slowly raised his head. No matter how you alter the 4 seasons array, its power is not enough to hold the 2 of us. Boy, are you ready? After I break the array, I will execute you by Lingchai. His voice infinitely sinister. He raised his hand. A bronze array pen appeared in it, pointing forward. That place was the array eye. Lin Ziasu could see the array eye of the 4 seasons array. Yang Jiu Lai could also see the array eye of this altered array. With his Enlightenment realm cultivation, and the array power accumulated over hundreds of years, breaking this trapping array was naturally a matter of ease, without suspense. However, just as the array pen rapidly enlarged, forcefully piercing towards the array eye with an unstoppable momentum, Lin Ziasu lightly waved his hand. In front of the array eye, a void rift. Poof! Yang Jiu Lai's array pen plunged into the void rift, and the pen tip shattered instantly. Yang Jiu Lai was shocked. Space law. Yin Jiu was equally shaken. staring at the rift, jaw dropped. Space law. How could this be possible? Surprised, aren't you? Lin Zaiasu said leisurely. I have long told you, your Kun-Kang enlightenment realm isn't all that remarkable. Yang Jiulai's face twisted in rage, finally losing the demeanor of an enlightened master. Your space law is just superficial, you can't harm me at all. Oh really? Then witness the combination of space law and patrol array. Lin Zaiasu's left hand stretched out, drawing an exquisite trajectory. The terrifying rift suddenly swept towards Yang Jiulai. Yang Jiulai's heart was pounding. He dodged frantically. The void rift swallows everything, whether you are in the enlightenment realm or the state of holding. Meeting it means death. Nothing can resist it. You can't block it, only evade it. He successfully evaded it, but his mind was in turmoil, feeling as if his soul was leaving his body. This is impossible. Space cannot move, it's a cardinal rule. As he screamed crazily, Lin Zaiasu's voice came. Space cannot move, true enough, but the array under your feet is a patrol array. Arrays can move. As the voice fell, the speed of the void rift's movement suddenly increased tenfold. No, this wasn't space moving. It was the array beneath him moving. The array moved, carrying Yang Jiulai to constantly smash into the void rift, equivalent to the void rift crashing into him. It's akin to two different methods of killing fish. Some stab fish with a knife. Indians fix the knife and push the fish against it. No matter which method, if Yang Jiulai touches this deadly rift, no matter his otherworldly abilities, death would be inevitable. Yin Jiu's heart nearly leaped out of his chest. He too was within the array at the moment. Although Lin Zaiasu wasn't aiming to push him into the void rift, his brother's dire situation was clear to him. How could this kid possibly possess such divine skills? Clearly not yet at the observing heaven stage, yet able to threaten giants of the enlightenment realm. At this moment, Lin Zaiasu's voice came through. Master Yin, now is the time for you to make a choice. Kill Yang Jiulai with your own hands and secure your position as the sole master of the Yin-Yang Temple. Young Master Lin, let's talk this over. No need to be so decisive, Yin Jiu said. Haha, Master Yin, are you naive? Or do you think I Lin Zaiasu am naive? The situation before us cannot end well, but if you're willing to kill Yang Jiulai, you'll be the sole master of the Yin-Yang Temple. If you don't want brotherly conflict, that's fine too. I'll kill both of you and erase the Yin-Yang Temple from existence. Lin Zaiasu's voice was cold. You have only 3 breaths' time. Any wayward thoughts after this phase, there will be no opportunity to repent. Yin Jiu abruptly fixed his stance. In his eyes, a chilling light surged. Just as Yang Jiulai used the Taoist 9 Shadows body technique to dodge the Void Rift's attack, he caught sight of Yin Jiu's eyes. Yang Jiulai's heart raced. Junior brother, you really? His voice was utterly wretched. Senior brother, all these years, your suppression knew no bounds. You have long betrayed the camaraderie of our early days today. Don't blame your junior for acting ruthlessly. As the words fell, Yin Jiu's true essence transformed, his height towering over 30 feet. A palm strike unleashed, covering the heavens and earth. Yang Jiulai roared furiously, his body suddenly also stretched taller, also reaching 30 feet. Both were standard enlightenment realms. When exerting full power, even reaching 100 feet was not uncommon, but within the Great Array, their combat power was suppressed to a mere 10th. Even just a 10th, but the full-blown clash of enlightenment realm, what an earth-shattering momentum. Boom! The earth trembled, the mountains swayed. Feng Jiai's heart shook greatly. Would this strike destroy the Great Array? Fortunately, after a moment's tremor, the Great Array operated as usual. Yin Jiu was utterly desperate. A moment ago, he had harbored some thoughts. This strike, if it could collapse the Great Array, it would mean the brothers had joined forces to break Lin Zaiasu's siege, and then he would reconcile with his brother. But alas, under Lin Zaiasu's control, the Great Array was too formidable. Even the combined might of the 2 enlightenment realms couldn't break through, leaving extreme measures as the only recourse. He waved his hand. Suddenly countless leaves appeared in the air. The leaves fluttered, shooting towards Yang Jiulai. Taoist 1,000 leaves, Yang Jiulai roared. Junior brother, you're serious this time. What's real or not? Yin Jiu waved his large sleeve. The 1,000 leaves turned into 1,000 sharp blades, shooting towards Yang Jiulai. Yang Jiulai's Taoist robe parted, lonely platform lamp. As the voice fell, his figure suddenly rose taller. A high platform formed under his feet. He stood atop the platform, with radiance enveloping behind his head. Such is the wondrousness of the lonely platform lamp, shielding against all attacks. Yin Jiyu's Taoist thousand-leaf soared gracefully, but midway, they fell one after another. It was clear by this, even on pure cultivation, Yang Jiu Lai surpassed Yin Jiyu by a level. As the two enlightenment realms unleashed their ultimate techniques, the great array's gleaming flow also flickered, seemingly unable to withstand such caliber of clash. Chapter 561, Chapter 560, Slaying Yang Jiu Lai, Shocking Yin Jiu. Yang Jiu Lai sensed the abnormal movement of the great array, and he was overjoyed. He added all his cultivation to his being, and the lamp behind his head shone brilliantly. At this moment, a void fissure suddenly appeared behind Yang Jiu Lai. It appeared so abruptly, it appeared so quickly. Yang Jiu Lai sensed it, and his entire body trembled as he dodged like lightning. At the instant he successfully avoided it, the Tao platform collapsed, and that lamp shattered into pieces. Swishing. 3 Tao leaves pierced through the void, shooting into Yang Jiu Lai's forehead. Yang Jiu Lai's eyes widened fiercely. Yin Jihu, you deserve to die. Before his voice faded, the void fissure returned. With a scream, Yang Jiu Lai was swept into the void fissure. The void fissure closed up. At the same time, all the array bases of the Four Seasons array cracked simultaneously, and the great array ceased to operate. Yin Jiu's figure shook as he slowly retracted his Dharma body. Before him, there were no wonders of the array path. Before him was only his Yin Valley. Dark and chilling, the setting sun cast its slanting rays, infinitely desolate. A wisp of blood mist in the air, evidence that his brother had not gone far. On the left mountain peak, countless senior disciples of the Yin-Yang Temple appeared, looking toward Yin Valley, their faces full of astonishment. In the confrontation just now, even the Enlightenment Realm Dharma bodies manifested, yet due to the Great Array's barrier, the others knew nothing. At this moment, with Yin-Yang Temple's most renowned Four Seasons Great Array completely destroyed, they were finally alarmed. The disciples wanted to know what had happened, but alas, they still had no way of knowing. Because from their perspective within Yin Valley, there was a veil of darkness which was the Temple Master's heavenly Tao curtain, which secluded all investigations and all sounds. Inside Yin Valley, Feng Jai couldn't see the heavenly Tao curtain. Before she realized it, she was holding Lin Ziasu's hand. Her palm was sweaty with cold. To kill Yang Jiu Lai was solely because of the array path. Now the array path was gone. Faced with Yin Jiu, a standard enlightenment realm, what countermeasures did they have? From the outside, Lin Ziasu appeared unflustered. But Feng Jai knew well that whether a person was flustered or not couldn't be judged solely by appearance. At least on this junior brother's face, one could never see his true inner emotions. Lin Ziasu was smiling. Yes, smiling. Yin Jiu's hair fluttered gently in the setting sun, and on his face at this moment, there was none of his usual nonchalance, but a somber air that could chill one's heart. Master Yin, congratulations on successfully taking charge of Yin-Yang Temple, Lin Ziasu said with a smile. Yin Jiu's eyebrows lightly arched. How do you know this is what I want? Whether you want it or not depends on the time, depends on the situation. Even if you didn't want it before, you probably can't do without it now. Lin Ziasu said indifferently. Life, you see, is like a rape. If you can't resist, then enjoy it. Can't resist? Yin Jiu's voice seemed to come from the 9 netherworld hell. Feng Jai's whole body tensed up. Inside, she thought things were going poorly. She really wanted to remind her clueless junior brother nearby not to provoke this person. Lin Ziasu smiled. Let me show the temple master an image. He raised his hand, and a pair of glasses rested on his nose. With a slight blink of his eyelid, an image floated in the void. It was the image of Yin Jiu and Yang Jiu Lai's duel. Captured by Dragon Eye, in high-definition quality. Yin Jiu's face was iron blue, and his eyelid twitched violently. Although he had used the Taoist sky curtain to seal off the surroundings, seeing this scene with his own eyes, he still felt a great sense of humiliation. As a member of the Enlightenment realm, to kill his brother for survival. On the cultivation path, this was beyond outrageous. This was something entirely unfit for the light of day. Master Yin, if this image got out, your lifetime reputation would go down the drain, and beyond that, you probably wouldn't have the face to lead your disciples under Yin-Yang Temple. Your lifetime foundation would be easily destroyed. Lin Ziasu said. In Yin Jiu's eyes, a ghostly glint seemed to explode. "Boy, if you use this to threaten me, aren't you afraid I'll kill you to silence you?" Feng Jia's right hand was already on the sword hilt, her left hand on a token. Lin Asu bent down slowly. "If I say, as long as you dare to silence me, I can kill you with a lift of my hand, would you believe it?" At the moment before the token in Feng Jia's hand was about to break, she pressed it down. Yin Jiu coldly stared at Lin Asu. The ghostly glint in his eyes suddenly stopped moving. The atmosphere became entirely frozen. This entire space, deathly suffocating. Lin Asu chuckled lightly. "If you're unsure whether I have a trump card, why not watch from the side?" "Watch from the side," Yin Jiu said in a deep voice. "For now, assume your role as the Soul Temple Master. For now, refrain from making any decisions and watch my transformation," Lin Asu said. "Next, I will definitely personally kill an enlightenment realm, and you can watch by the side, and you will be glad that in our initial dealings, we bore good intentions towards each other, avoiding this road of no return." Yin Jiu's expression changed unpredictably. "Watch from the side." Not forcing him to lead Yin Yang Temple, stand behind him. This is acceptable. Once his mindset relaxed, his usual nonchalance returned. "Back then, you really bore good intentions." "Naturally. Moving forward, will you still bear good intentions?" "Master Yin, this question is naive," Lin Asu said. "If you have good intentions, I will reciprocate. If you play tricks, I will play till you doubt life itself. Don't mistakenly think that living hundreds or thousands of years makes you an old fox. Living in this broken place of Kun Kang, living 10,000 years still amounts to nothing." Yin Jiu's face showed an unreadable expression. "Boy, don't you feel you're damn arrogant?" "So what?" Lin Asu extended his hand, grabbing Feng Jia's hand. "Farewell, let's go." The two took a step forward and left. Feng Jia's heart skipped a beat. Was this a leap into the underworld? Because beneath their feet was the bottomless abyss, eerie and dark, its depths unknown. However, Lin Asu gently slid his hand, and the bottomless abyss opened a crack, revealing the green mountains and rivers below. The two took a step forward, thus leaving the Yin-Yang Temple. Yin Jiu's sinister eyes were like a demon lamp on the other side of the crack, gazing for a long time at their gradually distant backs. On the distant river, there was also a pair of eyes watching the Yin Valley. The owner of these eyes, for the first time in his life, was no longer carefree. He was Zheng Tianyan. Even though he was a master of the Enlightenment realm, feared throughout Kun Kang, he didn't dare to blatantly intrude into the Yin-Yang Temple. He could only observe from a distance. What did he see? He saw the rupture of the Four Seasons array. He saw Lin Asu arrogantly tearing the Taoist sky curtain. He saw Yin Jiu, furious and helpless, with an unusual expression. But he didn't see Yang Jiu lie. What exactly happened? Suddenly the Tao bell tolled. The bell's sound was infinitely desolate. Oh my heavens! Zheng Tianyan's heart tightened as he stepped into the Yin-Yang Temple. The Yin-Yang Temple was deathly silent. On the high platform, a lone lamp flickered like a beam. Beneath the platform, disciples of the Yin-Yang Temple were panicking. A lone figure came from the Yin Valley. It was Yin Jiu. Yin Jiu ascended the high platform and conveyed with a sorrowful voice to the audience. My senior brother deviated while comprehending the Taoist law. He's ascended beyond. The entire temple shall entrust the Tao lamp to send the temple master westward. Venerable Wu Liangshu. All the spectators stood up in unison, raising their hands, pointing obliquely to the horizon with each fingertip glowing faintly. In this way, they bade farewell to Yang Jiu Lai. Zheng Tianyan hid in the dark, his heart like the waters of the spring river in March. Yang Jiu Lai is dead. Died from cultivation gone awry. He practiced daily. How often did it go awry? Today Lin Asu visited, and he went awry. Is this Lin Asu's trump card? Easily obliterating a giant of the Enlightenment realm. The night wind blew past, leaving a layer of cold sweat on Zheng Tianyan's back. If today he had insisted on killing Lin Zai, would it be him being sent off at this moment? Being a giant of the Enlightenment realm in the realm of Kun Kang, where enlightenment is revered, few experience the threat of life and death. Today, Zheng Tianyan truly felt the danger of life and death. Above the spring river, stars filled the sky. Lin Asu sat at the bow of the boat, gazing at the starry sky. Tonight, it's the 10th day of the first lunar month. In the outside world, the New Year visits weren't complete. But in Kun Kang, there seemed to be no New Year customs, only the endless Jianghu, with no beginning and no end. The river flows softly away, starlight brushes upon it. Feng Jai sighed softly. Another giant has fallen. How big a wave will this stir in Kun Kang? This particular giant, perhaps destined to leave no ripple. None. Yin Jihu will tell the Yin-Yang temple members that his senior brother went astray in cultivation and thus ascended to the heavens, and he won't mention me. Lin Ziasu smiled. Feng Jai said, "Sometimes, your ways are really hard to understand. If I were you, having control of the entire situation, I might have sent both of them off at the same time, rather than gamble on whether Yin Jihu might turn against us." Lin Ziasu sighed softly. "Senior sister, do you think I really want to gamble? It's truly the sorrow of being weaker. If I could truly control the entire scenario, who would want to walk a tightrope?" Feng Jai's eyes widened. That great array, it's actually at its limit being able to kill Yang Jiu Lai. It fulfilled its purpose, and it can't kill Yin Jiu. Feng Jai blinked. "You have other trump cards." Lin Ziasu laughed, trying to probe my secrets. "Not probing the trump card, it's actually understanding the trump card more clearly," Feng Jai said. "In your upcoming risky acts, I need to know when to summon Master in advance. At this stage, don't disturb them," Lin Ziasu said. Faced with the eve of massive changes, touching one strand could affect everything. If those of the Enlightenment realm leave Li Mountain, there might be mutations, hence unless necessary, do not disturb them. Feng Jai nodded lightly. "That's why I really want to know if you have a trump card and what kind it is." Her voice was a secret transmission. "The trump card does exist. Being able to kill an Enlightenment realm giant is true, but unless absolutely necessary, this card cannot be used," Lin Ziasu said. "A one-time use." Feng Jai's heart skipped a beat. "Pretty much." "What's the next step?" Feng Jai stopped dwelling on the trump card, for she fully understood. A one-time trump card is particularly crucial in the rivalry. Before its use, the deterrence is the greatest. After use, it loses its deterrence. Therefore, the timing of deploying this card is very important. She believed he knew how to choose. The next step is Luonian Heaven. Chapter 562, Chapter 561, Luonian Heaven. Luonian Heaven. Feng Jai's heart was stirred greatly. Kun Kang has 3 superior sects. Although not officially acknowledged, the entire Kun Kang agrees. They are 3 Buddha Temple, Yin-Yang Temple, and Luonian Heaven. The reason why the 3 superior sects can be considered superior relies on 3 points. First, each of their giants of the Enlightenment realm is greater than 1. Second, they once controlled the entrance to Kun Kang and profiteered from this control. Third, due to Lin Ziasu's intervention, he forcibly snatched the control of Kun Kang's entrance from their hands, so they hate Lin Ziasu the most. In everyone's perception, as long as Lin Ziasu enters Kun Kang, he will definitely approach the 3 sects he has the best relationship with: Shengyue Valley, Li Palace, Chunchui Palace. However, Lin Ziasu doesn't follow the common path. He insists on visiting each of the former upper 3 sects. Just having entered Yin-Yang Temple, he's now pointed straight at Luonian Heaven. Is he going to single-handedly subvert the upper 3 sects? Even though Feng Jai earned the title of demon-faced witch in Jianghu, even though she is fearless in the world with unmatched boldness, she's deeply moved by Lin Ziasu's even grander spirit. What will he do next? Yin-Yang Temple, you have the array path in hand, achieving a comeback in adversity. Luonian Heaven, what actions can you take? Even if you have a trump card. But you've said it yourself, it's a one-time use. You dare to use your one-time trump card in this chaotic and ruleless place like Luonian Heaven. Do you still want to leave Luonian Heaven? Lin Ziasu reached out a hand, and a small bag appeared out of thin air. "Sister, this is spicy beef jerky from the outside world, want a bite?" With the bag opened, Lin Ziasu ate the beef jerky with canned beer. The spicy flavor of the beef jerky instantly conquered Feng Jai's stomach, and with a single breath, she ate half a bag, weighing at least 2 pounds. As for the beer, Feng Jai tried it as well. She took a sip. What is this? Stale water. First-time drinkers all say it's stale water, but theoretically, if you drink more, you'll come to like it. I absolutely won't like it. Feng Jai extended a hand, picking up her own water bag containing white wine. Thus, under the starlight, the two ate beef, drank alcohol, and the types of wine reflected their different backgrounds. Once finished, Lin Ziasu lay down. Sister, lend your thigh for a bit. Hey, Feng Jai didn't dodge in time, allowing him to rest his head, momentarily speechless. You were injured when I let you rest on it, but you're not hurt now. Your thigh is truly meaty, very full, comfortable. Feng Jai couldn't help but want to slap his smug face. Comfort is your reason. Men and women shouldn't casually touch, using a woman's thigh as a pillow like this. In those households that prioritize etiquette, you'd be beaten to death. Only the commoners care about etiquette, sister, like the moon in the sky. Why mind worldly etiquette? Coaxing, just go on coaxing. Feng Jai glanced at him angrily. Really, it's not coaxing, sister. When I'm outside, I always think of you. Feng Jai's heart raced. My God, you damn scoundrel, are you serious? Don't misunderstand, sister, I really wanted to know more about the ancient world. At the time, I thought only someone as knowledgeable as you, who even knows ancient texts like the heavenly immortal, could give me some answers. Now that I've seen you, and know your ties to the desolate ancient realm are deeper than imagined, I must indeed ask you a few questions. Feng Jai replied, I've already told you my memories of that place are very scattered, and I'm not sure if they're real or imagined. It doesn't matter, it's just idle chat anyway. Sister, tell me about your memories of the desolate ancient realm. Desolate ancient realm. The desolate ancient realm in my memory is majestic and grand, with dynasties, sects, borders no one knows, immeasurable great power of Tao, a saying I remember. Heaven and earth, Chuanwang dominating thousands of sects, 4 gates, 6 paths, reigning supreme in the universe. Kangyuan does not emerge who dares contend. Simply put, the supreme power seems to be a Kangyuan, 3 sects, 4 gates, 6 paths. 1 Kangyuan. 3 sects, heavenly capital, underworld, Chuanwang. 4 gates, can't remember. 6 paths, can't recall for now. Lin Ziasu's heart was slightly moved. Chuanwang is a sect. Yes, it seems like it started as 2 sects, later merged into 1, Feng Jai said. Really can't recall more. What kind of sect is the Chuanwang sect? Is it righteous or evil? Can it be determined? If you ask about other sects being righteous or evil, I truly don't know, but for Chuanwang sect, I can clearly tell you it's a righteous sect, even considered the leader of righteousness, Feng Jai said. Why is that? Because in my memory, there's an extremely profound monument called the Chuanwang Monument. To die for the righteous path and be included in this monument is an honor in the world of righteousness, and this monument was erected by the Chuanwang sect. So those evil and external sects must hate it, Lin Ziasu murmured. Certainly, why are you so interested in Chuanwang sect? Did you hear its name somewhere else? Feng Jai asked. Well, I once saw it in an ancient book. There seems to be a record saying its sect master is called by something. By Chuanwang, Feng Jai said. All sect masters of Chuanwang sect are called Chuanwang. Their surname might vary, but their name remains the same. This matches perfectly. Within Lin Ziasu's secret realm, there exists a miniature coffin. Inside the coffin, there is a time-space river. There is a person in the river. This person once told him he is the sect master of Chuanwang sect, named by Chuanwang. He made a deal with comrade Zio Lin, asking Zio Lin to help him escape the time-space river's confinement. If successful, he would give Zio Lin everything a man could desire. Lin Ziasu was no fool and forced him to swear an oath. This person truly made a heavenly Tao oath. If he breaks the promise after escaping the time-space confinement, he curses by Chuanwang to perish and the entire Chuanwang sect to lose its legacy, doomed forever. This oath is remarkably severe, rarely seen in the world. Not only putting his life on the line, but also his entire sect. It looked tough beyond measure, but Lin Ziasu felt such rigidity defies common sense. On the cultivation path, heavenly Tao oaths are taken extremely seriously. Similarly, sects are highly valued. Hence, cultivators usually bear their own consequences who would curse their sect's legacy to end. A small probe proved true indeed. This person, when swearing, couldn't help but involve the sect Bai Chuanwang, who in fact was not Bai Chuanwang at all. Even while swearing, he couldn't resist putting in personal agenda, decided to violate the oath once freed, thinking naively that if the heavenly Tao oath really came into effect, it would destroy the Chuanwang sect. What concern to Big Yellow? This was truly speechless. Lin Ziasu originally didn't know who Bai Chuanwang was, but today, from Feng Jai's incomplete intelligence system, he obtained some information about Chuanwang sect. Heavenly and earthly, one of the three top sects in the desolate ancient realm. How terrifying. Then his big yellow in the space. Can it be simple? He took Bai Chuanwang as his ultimate opponent. He might just be an unparalleled giant demon. However, the internal big yellow is not the problem at hand. Separated by the space-time river, Big Yellow is still considered a person from another world. The two sides can do nothing but talk. Let's focus on the current situation. Lin Ziasu's thoughts churned, his eyes opened. Senior sister, you probably know the situation in Luonian Heaven best. Tell me about Luonian Heaven. Feng Jai nodded lightly. That's right, after all, the matters of the ancient wilderness are too distant. Let's talk about Luonian Heaven first. Luonian Heaven is very special. Its specialities are twofold. The first is the people. People of Luonian Heaven are almost all traitors from the sects, unable to survive elsewhere. They gather in Luonian Heaven. The second is the place. Luonian Heaven is backed by Two Realms Mountain, the place where 81 elders from the Array sect once turned their bodies into arrays, separating Kun Kang from the ancient Great World map. The Two Realms Mountain is very mysterious, also extremely terrifying. No one dares to go deep inside, even the giants of the Enlightenment realm, who roam Kun Kang's major forbidden lands, dare not enter the Two Realms Mountain. Because of this attribute, traitors from various sects choose to settle here to escape their sect's punishment. This is just the beginning. Later it gradually evolved. Luonian Heaven produced several giants of the Enlightenment realm. Those lone souls in Luonian Heaven found support, slowly became a sect, and later became one of the upper three sects of Kun Kang. How many giants of the Enlightenment realm does Luonian Heaven have? Lin Ziasu asked a key question. The general consensus is there are two giants of enlightenment, Kai Lion, Leng Qingquan. Leng Qingquan was blown to death by your missiles last year, leaving only Kai Lion, Feng Jai said. However, I've heard another version. What version? Feng Jai replied. In this version, Luonian Heaven has a heavenly master who is not listed among the enlightenment giants, but Kai Lion and Leng Qingquan respect him greatly. A heavenly master, what are his origins? Lin Ziasu asked. I don't know. Not to mention that I've never seen this heavenly master, even master hasn't seen his true form, Feng Jai said. There are rumors in the Jianghu that this heavenly master does not actually exist. The people of Luonian Heaven deliberately created a fictitious heavenly master, whose real purpose is just to add weight to Luonian Heaven's chips, making various sects wary. Kai Lion, how is his relationship with Leng Qingquan? Lin Ziasu asked another key question. Feng Jai smiled slightly. I understand what you mean. The death of Leng Qingquan will be blamed on you. If Kai Lion has a power struggle with him, you indirectly help him out a lot. You can then work on Kai Lion to have him join your camp, right? Yes, Feng Jai replied. Unfortunately, not all relationships in the world are as insincere as the two Taoists of Yin Yang Temple. Kai Lion and Leng Qingquan do not belong to this type. Their relationship is very good, and they are in-laws. So, when I enter Luonian Heaven this time, Kai Lion might directly act against me. Now that you know the crisis of Luonian, are you still going to hellbent into the fire? Feng Jai asked back. I need a good rest to regain my strength. Sleep. Lin Ziasu turned his hand over, wrapped his arms around Feng Jai's thigh, and closed his eyes. Chapter 563, Chapter 562, Reincarnation Seal. Feng Jai looked up at the sky, speechless. This night, a gentle breeze brushed across the river. Stars shimmered in the night sky. Feng Jai finally let her left hand drop gently, wiping lightly across Lin Ziasu's forehead, her fingers pressing on his eyelids. Her right hand lifted gently and took off the mask. She raised her gaze and saw herself in the river water. This face she barely recognized anymore. Before Shenghua Valley's blockade Great Array opened, this face was entirely devoid of flesh, like a skeleton with a barely attached piece of human skin. But now it had flesh. Lips red, teeth white, perfect in contour. However, 3 large black marks, 1 on the forehead, 2 on the cheeks, nearly occupied 80% of the facial space, stripping the face of all beauty and making it even more terrifying than before. This reincarnation seal wasn't there initially, at least not during the time when she was skin and bones. Yet as her body filled out, the seal seemed to evaporate from the bones, becoming clearer and more horrifying. Walking the reincarnation road, one mark from a past life, are these 3 reincarnation seals truly everlasting and irremovable? Feng Jai asked herself. This question she couldn't find an answer to. If merely walking the cultivation road, the answer to this question is indeed not that important. For cultivators, cultivation is essential, appearance simply a shell. Who cares whether the shell is beautiful? But she cared deeply. Because of the presence of these ugly and terrifying markings, she dared not remove the mask. She didn't want her face to appear before him. She preferred him to maintain certain fantasies about her. She told him before entering Yin-Yang Temple, "I'm ugly, afraid to scare little children." Half truth, half false. The truth, her ugliness was out of this world. The false, she didn't worry about scaring children, only about scaring him, this big kid, preventing him from uttering those words that stirred her heart. The sensation on her thigh was real. The warm breath he exhaled was real. He slept under the starlight, all the day's sharpness and wit gone, leaving only handsomeness. Feng Jai gazed at him for a long time, slowly putting on her mask, gently brushing his temples, helping him enter deep sleep. The distant mountain top. Two individuals watched them under the starlight. Both held a telescope. They were Hu Fu and Li Sisi. When they entered Mian Road that day, they also had equipment, including telescopes. The telescopes were of decent quality, equipped with long-distance viewing, night vision, and infrared functions. But they were overly fearful of those two. The distance was still too far, so they could only see the starlit river surface, a small boat as tiny as a matchbox. They went to Yin-Yang Temple, yet Yin-Yang Temple didn't capture them. What are they afraid of? Li Sisi's eyebrows furrowed slightly. Why not ask your palace master what exactly they fear? Hu Fu seemed to have some grievances. Li Sisi glared at him, holding some slight resentment. You suggested Tianyan Palace intervene. We did too. Two top elders died instantly. The palace master was alarmed. Can't say we didn't do a thorough job. I hold no grievances against you, yet you resent. Not resentment. Hu Fu stretched his hand, holding her waist. I truly don't understand who your palace master is actually afraid of. Perhaps he sensed the aura of Hua Maioi, Li Chushui, or Lu Sanqian, Li Sisi said. Hu Fu's gaze wandered, but he had to admit, given his cultivation, even with modern telescopes in hand, it was impossible to see giants of the Enlightenment realm. If a giant hides, only another giant can possibly notice. Suddenly his heart stirred. Where do you think they might go? Li Sisi shook her head gently. The boat flows down the river, should be heading towards Li Palace, right? No, the boat has deviated from the main path. Their target is Luonian Heaven. Hu Fu's eyes slightly brightened. Luonian Heaven. Li Sisi's eyes also brightened. Opportunity arises. Indeed, Luonian Heaven, even the Enlightenment realm dare not be too reckless. Hu Fu said, let's harness Lang Feiyan's hand to eliminate him. Li Sisi's eyes lit up. Lang Feiyan harbors a father-killing vendetta against him. He enters Luonian Heaven. How could he allow him to leave alive even with giants of the Enlightenment realm accompanying? Kai Lion will take action. Lang Feiyan, son of Lang Qingquan and son-in-law of Kai Lion. The most outstanding figure in Kun, Kang's second-generation disciples. On par with Xiao Palace's Dongfeng Xiao of old. Dongfeng Xiao excelled in wisdom, whereas he excelled in skill. His cultivation had reached peak level seer realm. He always claimed to be the foremost below the Enlightenment realm. His father Lang Qingquan died beneath external missiles. He repeatedly vowed to leave Kun Kang to slaughter all Qianlong, yet couldn't step out of Kun Kang. Fire of anger long smoldering at heart. Now with Lin Xiaosu delivering himself, can he let go? Hu Fu took out a communication token and sent a message. This night, the small boat drifted into Luonian Heaven. Luonian Heaven, the name is terrifying, always giving people a sense of chaos. Yet when the small boat entered Luonian Crossing, the feeling was serene and idyllic. The water was green. The mountains were verdant. On the distant mountain top, clouds lingered above the sky, stars hung low. Lin Xiaosu spent the first night of entering Kun Kang in slumber, aboard this drifting vessel. No others around, only Feng Jai. For some reason, leaning on Feng Jai, with her lap as his pillow, he really felt a great sense of security. It was an irrational and indescribable psychological feeling. The sky brightened, the red sun leaped from the clouds, immediately illuminating the earth and mountains. Lin Xiaosu slowly opened his eyes, and Feng Jai was looking at him. You didn't sleep all night, Lin Xiaosu asked. You used me as a pillow, how could I sleep? If I fell asleep, the boat would definitely drift to the south swamp. Feng Jai seemed a bit aggrieved. Tonight you sleep on my lap. Lin Ziasu sprang up and patted his thigh. Feng Jai pouted, wanting to complain. Is it really okay for us to sleep like this alternately? But in the end she remained silent. Lin Ziasu looked around. Is this Luonian heaven already? Yes, the city ahead is Luonian City, Feng Jai said. The tall mountain behind the city is Two Realms Mountain. Two Realms Mountain, such a familiar name. Lin Ziasu gazed across the vast landscapes, shooting his look toward the mountain. Doesn't it seem like an ordinary green mountain and river? It indeed looks that way, Lin Ziasu replied. Feng Jai said, but if I tell you this mountain has looked the same for hundreds of years without any change, does it still seem ordinary? Hundreds of years, all 4 seasons, always the same. Yes, it said that no flowers have bloomed here, nor have leaves turned yellow. There's nothing like this in the world. Lin Ziasu's heart pounded. Natural mountains have flowers in spring and snow in winter, cool winds in summer and the moon in autumn, a year divided into 4 seasons, with the cycle of day and night, and mountains endlessly changing, waters formless. There's never an unchanging mountain. Even if the mountain doesn't change, the seasons do. Who has ever seen a mountain remain the same all year round for hundreds of years? Senior sister, after this is over, do you want to explore Two Realms Mountain? Lin Ziasu asked. What do you mean by after this? After entering Luonian Heaven and finishing what needs to be done. If we finish what we need to in Luonian Heaven and we're still alive, that would be a pleasant surprise, and since life is borrowed, living it freely might be acceptable. Lin Ziasu reached out, grabbed Feng Jai's hand and turned it over. Senior sister, I'm proficient in palmistry. I see your lifeline. You can live for 3,800 years. Feng Jai pouted. Find someone else to fool trying to trick me with this. God knows how many years I've been buried underground. If it's over 3,000 years, you're cursing me to die sooner. Lin Ziasu glared at her. Senior sister, can you be a bit more optimistic? Sure, I'll be incredibly optimistic from now on. That's the spirit. We've got plenty of time, and you still have to go around the world with me and taste all kinds of delicious food, gaining some weight. Feng Jai's eyes sparkled. Go out with you, really? Listen to you, this is why I entered Kun Kang, to find someone to leave with me. Others are a big question mark, but there's no escaping for you, senior sister. Oh my God, what have I encountered? It's like stumbling upon an ox that's impossible to move. Feng Jai lamented but was quite happy. Their little boat crossed the waters ahead and arrived outside Luonian City. They abandoned the boat and landed, heading straight into the city. Luonian City didn't look much different from other cities in Kun Kang. Just that the people seemed a bit more robust. Passers-by looked at them with a hint of wolfish hunger in their eyes. Lin Ziasu and Feng Jai didn't mind. For one reason, Lin was in the Enlightenment realm, trading equally with those in his realm, and invincible below that level. What's to fear? Entering the tavern ahead, traces of last night's fight were still present inside. Only on the second floor did it get somewhat quieter. Feng Jai tossed a small pouch over, and the waiter grinned. What can I get for the two of you? Just some random food in a room, Feng Jai said. The food and wine were served, and they had a hearty meal. They drank some tea, which also had a nice taste. Up to the third floor, Lin Ziasu kept his small promise and let Feng Jai go rest. He stood guard. Though at Feng Jai's level, going several days and nights without sleep was normal, entering Luonian Heaven was extraordinary, needing her to maintain her best state. Feng Jai knew the stakes. She went to bed and quickly fell asleep. Lin Ziasu sat outside on the platform, holding a teacup, savoring a cup of mountain tea, watching the city's scenery as one should when entering Luonian Heaven. The city seemed normal, taverns opened, guests gathered, pedestrians on the streets including farmers, merchants, and cultivators. However, he keenly noticed many more people around this tavern, all cultivators. Lin Ziasu chuckled. Hufu, Li Sissy, surely don't think I don't know you've been following all along. And don't think you're playing a game of wisdom with me. Even if my entry into the city was reported to the high levels of Luonian Heaven by you, do you know I was originally waiting for the high levels? If I wanted to hide my tracks, even without a disguise, I wouldn't dress entirely out of place compared to locals. Indeed, Lin Ziasu entered Kun Kang this time without changing clothing. Wearing a silver-gray jacket, white sneakers, and a white t-shirt underneath. In the morning sunlight, he was as conspicuous as one could be sitting on the third-floor platform. Chapter 564, Chapter 563, Light cloud leaves the valley, gone from the world. This is definitely not the stance of hiding one's identity. What he wants is for the upper echelons of Luonia and heaven to know, the one who stirred Kun Kang into chaos has returned. He needs to attract the attention of one person. This person is Dawa. Dawa means moon in Tibetan. Yes, this moon was once shrouded in Qing Yan. Perhaps even today, like Qing Yan, remains unfathomable in the Qianlong king's understanding. But Lin Zaiasu wants to meet her. He wants to know if the mist over this moon has dissipated. A former nirvana of nine-headed snake wouldn't warrant such effort, but Dawa is an exception. What she did that day brought him some warmth. Out of that warmth, he must give her a chance. Time passed minute by minute. Noon arrived. Suddenly, in the north of Luoyang City, in the direction of Two Realms Mountain, the aura changed. Clouds rose, the wind flew in an instant, the grass and trees in the mountains moved together. Clouds swirled, a uniquely elegant umbrella appeared amidst the clouds, spun, and landed atop the cliff in the north of the city. Everyone in the city looked up, staring at the umbrella and the person beneath it. Feng Jai on the bed suddenly opened her eyes and stepped onto the balcony. Her fierce gaze penetrated through 10 miles of air, fixating on the person atop the northern cliff. Did you see the words on the umbrella? Light clouds emerging from the valley, no one in the world, Feng Jai said, Leng Qingquan's son Leng Feiyan. Lin Zaiasu laughed. Holding an umbrella in clear weather, appearing atop a cliff, he's either sick or a show-off. He's just giving the whole city a chance to worship him, Feng Jai said. Worship him? Is he worthy of worship? Perhaps he thinks he is. In the restaurants below, countless people opened windows, looking at the elegant umbrella appearing atop the cliff in clear weather. The umbrella moved, clouds rose, the wind flew, the person beneath stepped off the 100-foot cliff. In the restaurants, everyone focused on this umbrella gasped. Amid the gasps, Leng Feiyan floated to the ground with a step, traversed over treetops. A patch of grass over the city wall landed on the long street, step by step approaching. From the brothel on both sides, screams echoed. In the restaurants, there were also women's screams. Young Master Feiyan. Young Master Feiyan has arrived. I personally think, Feng Jai said, such a show-off deserves a beating, but killing him outright seems inappropriate. Lin Zaiasu laughed, reached out, picked up a teacup and refilled it. Amid the girls' screams, Leng Feiyan approached step by step. With a swish, 8 figures flew up from the restaurant, landed before Leng Feiyan, simultaneously bowed, Young Master. Leng Feiyan did not spare a glance at these 8 Jianghu experts. His gaze slowly lifted. He looked towards the balcony on the 3rd floor of the restaurant, where Lin Zaiasu was. Lin Zaiasu leaned against the chair, holding the teacup, surveyed him from above. Outsider Lin Zaiasu. Leng Feiyan said 7 words. The 7 words were not particularly loud, yet they covered half the city. The entire city was taken aback simultaneously. Outsider Lin Zaiasu, is it really him? Someone exclaimed. It's him. When he sealed off Kun Kang, I was in Li City, I saw him personally. The image left by the array was this annoying expression. Someone said. If it's him, there will be a good show. Young Master Feiyan once swore a venomous oath to slaughter the Lin family completely clean. I doubt whether this person is really Lin Zaiasu. If it were him, how would he dare enter Luoyang heaven? Isn't that madness? For a while, the whole city was in chaos. Chaos caused by the name Lin Zaiasu. Chaos caused by the massive storm he created when sealing off Kun Kang. Is this person really Lin Zaiasu? Lin Zaiasu, holding the teacup, leaned on the railing, looked down. Yes. It's actually him. The whole city seemed like a shockwave swept across it. Leng Feiyan spoke, do you know who I am? Sir, with your ostentatious entry from the cliff, the effect you've aimed for is achieved. Amidst the city's commotion, I recognize you, Leng Qingquan's son, Leng Feiyan. Right, Lin Zaiasu said. At the mention of Leng Qingquan, the umbrella in Leng Feiyan's hand suddenly remained motionless, the swirling clouds around instantly like rolling waves. His voice emerged from the waves, filled with killing intent. Lin Zaiasu, is the vengeance for a father's death due? Vengeance for a father's death, is it due? These 7 words, no matter the occasion, portend boundless storm. At this moment from Leng Feiyan's mouth, The entire Luonian city seemed like a storm brewing. Winds and clouds swept, a step from spring to winter. Yet atop the tall building, it still seemed like spring is bright. Lin Zaya-Asu calmly said, "You want to avenge your father's death, you must first understand why your father died." Why? Two words like a sword, pointed directly at the high building, as if to pierce the sky. Lin Zaya-Asu said, "Because he was stupid." As the four words fell, the swirling clouds around the umbrella suddenly seemed completely solidified. Lang Feiyan's flowing hair also suddenly became motionless. Everyone in the city who heard these four words felt a simultaneous sinking in their hearts. Because the utterance of these four words marks an unending battle between the two sides. Lin Zaya-Asu slowly stood up. Kun Kang within the world, a mere speck. The so-called giants of Kun Kang, those who follow the heavens and aid the world, are respected by all, yet those who seek personal gain and wreak havoc upon the world are no better than ants blocking a chariot, courting their own doom. These words, like thunder, descended from the void. Everyone in the city felt their hearts pounding. For the first time in their lives, they experienced the toughness of Lin. Even though he was in an away match, he displayed the charm of a home ground. Though everyone felt that this young man was a bit domineering, adhering firmly without yielding an inch, they couldn't deny the righteousness in his words. Feng Jai stood on the balcony, looking at his half-profile, listening to this strong declaration, feeling a bit captivated and bewildered at the same time. Captivated by his magnificence, even in an away arena, he remained passionate and inspiring. It was indeed more moving than the deliberate elegance of Lang Feiyan. Bewildered by, were these words really meant for Lang Feiyan? Or perhaps, were they meant for Kai Lion? Entering Luonian heaven, theoretically, his life dangled in Kai Lion's hand, yet he spoke publicly. It could be an explanation for Lang Qingquan's death, or a warning to Kai Lion. Isn't this a bit over the top for a starting point? Lin Zaya-Asu, you speak of courting death. Today I will make you understand what courting death truly means. Lang Feiyan's voice fell, and the umbrella spun suddenly. As the umbrella spun, the 7 large characters on its surface changed myriadly. Gentle clouds arise in the world no more. At this moment, he was the rare and elusive flowing cloud of the world. SSS. The flowing cloud rose through the air, flying over 5 zhang high. Far above Lin Zayasu's position on the 3rd floor balcony. Swish. Under the umbrella, a sword was drawn. As the sword emerged, clouds floated across the sky. A single sword that disturbs the heavens clouds. His flowing cloud sword way must not be inferior to his father's, someone exclaimed. Exactly, the swordsmanship of young Master Feiyan is inherently his strongest Dao. He merely lags behind his father in terms of enlightenment realm cultivation. The exclamations echoed throughout the city. This sword, accompanied by flowing clouds, crossed over the street above to the top of the tavern. With a poof, rolled into the flowing clouds, turned into a flying waterfall. So beautiful, inside the brothel a woman almost fainted. Just as the sky full of clouds approached the 3rd floor of the tavern, Lin Zaya-Asu raised his hand. Suddenly, a long sword appeared in his palm. As the long sword appeared, the sky changed suddenly. The city in bright daylight transformed instantly into misty rain Jiangnan. The tavern was enveloped in mist and rain. 100 flowers bloomed. The flowing cloud and blossoms collided, and the flowers instantly filled the sky. The people below were all dumbfounded. What kind of swordsmanship is this? Why is it so beautiful? Far more beautiful than the sword technique exhibited by Lang Feiyan just now. If sword Dao could be judged by beauty, Lin Zayasu's Li Ren tears would completely overpower Lang Feiyan's flowing cloud waterfall style. However, sword Dao is not a beauty pageant. Lang Feiyan shook his hand, dividing the flowing cloud, and a sword emerged from it. This sword moved with unparalleled speed, almost a miraculous creation within sword Dao. This was indeed a slaughtering sword. The slaughtering sword pierced through, instantly annihilating 107 out of the 108 large flowers in Lin Zayasu's Li Ren tears. However, the final flower soared through the air. As all flowers wither one takes flight, henceforth in the human world, style no more. Poof! This remaining flower pierced through Lang Feiyan's dantian. Blood splattered, drop by drop like Li Ren's tears. Lang Feiyan's eyes widened. On his face, horror, pain, disbelief flooded through every expression for an instant. A heartrending scream broke out as he fell. The people below widened their eyes. None could believe their eyes. Lang Feiyan, at the pinnacle of observing heaven, even claimed invincible among the Enlightenment realm, regardless of other sects' opinions. At least everyone in Luonian heaven believed so. He came out to avenge his father, to highlight the Leng family's name, putting on a great show, theoretically capable of defeating anyone except giants of the Enlightenment realm. Yet this outsider, obviously not from the Enlightenment realm, with just one move, shattered Lang Feiyan's Qi Si Danshan. Is this possible? How did he accomplish this? How dare he do this? Lang Feiyan, the son of the late giant Lang Qingquan, is currently the son-in-law of Luonian Heaven's sole leader Kai Lion. An outsider comes to Luonian Heaven, cripples the absolute leader's son-in-law here. Aren't you courting death? No matter how much disbelief there was, facts remained facts. No matter how unwilling Lang Feiyan was, losing his cultivation, falling from high above, was irretrievable. Suddenly, a palm appeared from the direction of Two Realms Mountain. The palm emerged with a sound of thunder. With a thunderous boom, this palm covered Luonian City. A flip of a palm seemed to overturn heaven and earth. As the palm steadied, Lang Feiyan landed upon it. A figure 100 jang tall appeared in the void over Luonian City. This man with a head of red hair commanded respect without anger. At this moment he was angry. An overwhelming oppression shrouded the entire city. Sect Master Kai. Countless people in the northeast knelt down. Sect Master, countless people in the southeast knelt down. On every street in the city, in every tavern, everyone stood up. Bowed. Kai Lion seemed to ignore everything in the city. He only looked at one person. The person on the balcony. Lin Zaiasu. Chapter 565. Chapter 564. The Heavenly Master Order Descends. Lin Zaiasu stood on the balcony, his long sword nowhere to be seen. In his hand, he still held a teacup. Facing the renowned master of Luonian, his expression did not change in the slightest. Beside him, Feng Jai's face had already changed. Her fingers rested on her waist. At her waist was her sword. Lin Zaiasu, storming my Luonian heaven and injuring my beloved son-in-law, aren't you going too far? Kai Lion said in a deep voice. Lin Zaiasu responded calmly. Sect Master Kai, you seem very calm right now, so I don't mind conversing peacefully. You should know that it's not me intentionally destroying your son-in-law, but your son-in-law who first tried to kill me. In the Jianghu, one responds to a killing attempt with a counterkill. This is an eternal truth. I did not decapitate him with a sword. I only crippled his cultivation, out of respect for you. The words were absolutely composed and dignified. This was his typical attitude when facing giants of the Enlightenment realm. Kai Lion's pupils contracted. I really want to know, what kind of support do you have that makes you dare to be reckless in front of me? Lin Zaiasu smiled. He actually smiled. Kai Lion's pupils constricted, locking tightly onto him. Everyone in the tavern, even the fearless Feng Jai, felt as if they were locked in by a giant poisonous dragon, making it hard to breathe. However, Lin Zaiasu's smile was unexpectedly relaxed and peaceful. Sect Master Kai, I imagine that Master Zheng and Master Yin Jiu are also pondering what reliance I, Lin Zaiasu, have that allows me to be reckless before giants of the Enlightenment realm. In the northwest of the city, a person showed a change of expression. It was Yin Jiu. In the southeast of the city, another person's expression changed. It was Zheng Tianyan. Yes, both great Enlightenment realm figures had entered Luonian heaven. Even though Lin Zaiasu hadn't noticed them, wasn't this remark just their derision? Usually, hearing such mockery, the giants of the Enlightenment realm would strike out without delay, intending to kill him. But the current situation was not normal. As he spoke rashly, the giants of the Enlightenment realm didn't dare to appear, at least in Zheng Tianyan and Yin Jiu's eyes. Letting Kai Lion confront his super trump card was far superior to appearing themselves. Kai Lion said sternly, I have no need to ponder. I will directly shatter all your bones so my son-in-law can have a good mood for healing. As his voice fell, he struck out with one palm. This palm, vast and obscuring the sun. With a swish, Feng Jai's long sword was unsheathed. On the long sword, a Qingyu flower swayed dramatically because she panicked. The concept of a super trump card, which she had pondered the most along the way, indeed had great deterrence against Enlightenment realm giants plotting within Kun Kang. He calculated accurately that all giants hoped others would stand out and test, rather than testing personally. However, Kai Lion was different. He had a reckless character. With his kin killed and Luonian Heaven's top forces decreased, he was already angry enough. Today, Lin Zaiasu came to Luonian Heaven and crippled his son-in-law, and his stubborn temper flared, wanting to kill Lin Zaiasu on the spot. This reckless style truly is the enemy of the empty city strategy. Junior brother, do you really have a trump card? If not, both of us are probably going to be killed by your damn empty city strategy. Even if you do, it might not be enough to kill Kai Lion. Even if it really could kill him, if the trump card is used once, what then? No matter how optimistic she might be, she knew the current situation was already a deadly trap. Suddenly, a wisp of light smoke swept across the sky. Silently, another person appeared beside Lin Zaiasu and Feng Jai. A young woman. She raised her hand, a blackwood token facing the descending giant true essence palm. The strong wind roared. Her hair blew fiercely backward as if she was bearing 1,000-pound pressure, but her voice rang out clearly. Sect Master Kai, my master asks you to stop. Whoosh! The giant true essence palm abruptly halted. The swirling gusts made the tavern seem like a small boat on tumultuous waves, swinging back and forth. Kai Lion's pupils contracted, focusing on the token in her hand. In Lin Zaiasu's eyes, an unusual ripple like a wave spread out. He also focused on the woman's half-side face, his heartbeat quickening for a moment. Dawa. She appeared. Just when he was about to launch a deadly strike, she appeared. Heavenly Master, what do you mean? Kai Lion said in a deep voice. Heavenly Master. Feng Jai's heart skipped a beat, gaze landing on this token. This token, made of black wood and ancient in appearance, had a coffin carved on it. Is this the Heavenly Master Order? Is this the other great power, Heavenly Master in the legends of Luonian Heaven? Dawa bowed deeply. My master does not wish to be enemies with the sect master, but this young gentleman and my master have unresolved ties and need to meet and discuss. Kai Lion's face clouded with uncertainty. I had promised those days, with 3 Heavenly Master orders, I would carry out 3 tasks for him. Today's matter counts as the second. Thank you, Sect Master. Dawa raised her hand, tossing the Heavenly Master order to Kai Lion. Kai Lion raised his hand. The Heavenly Master order shattered into powder. With one step, he strode out of the city. With the second step, he ascended the mountain. The third step, his figure transformed, dissipating the true essence transformation, vanished without a trace. The people in the city glanced at each other. In the southeast tavern, an old man let out a long sigh. To actually use the Heavenly Master order, is this mysterious Heavenly Master his backing? Uncle Master, what is the Heavenly Master order? A young person beside him asked. The old man replied, it is said this Heavenly Master helped Luonian Heaven a lot, so the 2 sect masters of Luonian Heaven gave him 3 Heavenly Master orders, also equivalent to promising him 3 tasks. As long as the Heavenly Master order is presented, no matter how incredible the matter is, both sect masters must unconditionally agree. Then, doesn't the Heavenly Master order hold more weight than the sect leader token? Indeed, this boy actually made the Heavenly Master willing to forsake a Heavenly Master order. What kind of relationship does he have with the Heavenly Master? Above the restaurant, Dawa finally faced Lin Zaiasu. Come with me. All right. With a swoosh, Dawa jumped off the restaurant. The wind stirred around, and Lin Zaiasu and Feng Jai also jumped at the same time. The 3 figures flickered and set off in the direction of the 2 Realms Mountain. The 2 Realms Mountain is actually the headquarters of Luonian Heaven. Feng Jai felt deeply uneasy. A voice transmitted into the depths of Lin Zaiasu's ear. Do we really have to enter the Luonian Mountain gate? I think it might be better to leave now, maybe. Senior sister, don't be too optimistic. Kai Lion is watching us. Perhaps more than one giant of the Enlightenment realm is watching us too. If we run now, it would appear we lack confidence. Even those who are hesitant to make a move wouldn't hesitate anymore. Lin Zaiasu replied with a secret transmission. We should still enter the Luonian Mountain gate and meet this mysterious Heavenly Master. Feng Jai's heart was pounding. Going there was like delivering herself directly into Kai Lion's palm. However, with her experience in Jianghu, she had to admit Lin Zaiasu was right. He was likely playing an empty fort strategy. The biggest fear of the one bluffing is losing their cool. If he was scared by Kai Lion and fled the opportunity, then whether it was Kai Lion or other Enlightenment realm observers, they would see through his facade. those hesitant to act would dare to strike. In that case, they would die without suspense. Even if he did have some sort of trump card, it wouldn't handle so many of the Enlightenment realm. Besides, whether he even had a trump card was still uncertain. They could only follow through to the end. Hopefully, this mysterious heavenly master would be a turning point in fate. This conversation was conducted via secret transmission. Dawa did not speak. She was businesslike the entire time. Her movement technique was swift, like Qing Yan. A movement technique that hadn't been shown on Mian Road that day. Judging by this meeting, there was a noticeable difference from the Dawa of that day. However, in the domain of tigers and wolves, in such a special scenario, the real side couldn't be seen. Until they bypassed the mountain gate with Luonian Heaven written on it and took a small mountain path to the side, the Dawa of old seemed to make a slight return. At least occasionally gazing at Lin Zaiasu, her eyes always held that bashful shyness. Oh, and today she also seemed a bit delighted. Ahead was a peak. At the halfway point of the peak, a row of small houses, in the shape of an arching moon. Small houses with courtyards, several disciples. Seeing Dawa bringing in 2 people, these faces showed some surprise. Dawa, who are they? An elder came around the corner of the eaves. Dawa said, old friends from the outside world wanting to stay here for a few days. Uncle Ding, is it okay? You've already agreed to it, what can I say? Uncle Ding sighed lightly. Keep quiet, don't go out unless necessary. All right, thank you, Uncle Ding, Dawa said. Then she led Lin Zaiasu and Feng Jai to push open the door of a small room. Once the door was closed, Lin Zaiasu suddenly felt the surroundings become incredibly silent. He lifted his gaze, staring at several green stone tiles on the courtyard wall. These green stone tiles, under his heavenly Tao wisdom eye, clearly stirred up ripples in the air. This kind of air ripple couldn't be touched by hand, but it had a soundproofing effect. It wasn't an array path, yet it surpassed an array path. This heavenly master had some unique skills. That was Lin Zaiasu's reflection. Feng Jai's feelings were more complex. Because once Dawa was here, faced with this person in charge's inquiries, she merely said, old friends are here to stay for a few days, without mentioning the heavenly master order. Outside, she openly flaunted the heavenly master order, telling Kai Lion, my master invites. Back here, it was a different story. Could it be that the heavenly master has ordered was actually a lie? Could it be that this little girl was actually trying to save him? What kind of relationship did they have? Dawa finally raised her head in front of Lin Zaiasu. On her cheeks were 2 small blushes. Her eyes were full of joy. Brother, I really didn't expect you would come. Brother? Feng Jai's heart fluttered wildly. Having lived in Li City for a while, she deliberately sought out some knowledge about marriage and love from the outside world. She knew outsiders were quite complex. For example, the name for one's husband varied. Most Han people called them husband, while many minority people called them brother. This girl reportedly belonged to minority, and now she blurted out brother. My heavens, could it be that she's his little wife from the outside? Lin Zaiasu's behavior was also highly suspicious. Dawa, my purpose in coming to Luonian Heaven this time was mainly to find you. Ah, really? Dawa's cheeks were red. 2 small blush clouds almost floated away. Really? What do you want with me? As soon as Dawa spoke, Feng Jai suddenly felt a bit redundant. Am I the legendary third wheel? However, Lin Zaiasu's response was unexpectedly proper. You told me last time that you were worried about bringing disaster to your family and didn't dare to go home. Now, I want to tell you that you should try going home and see for yourself. Dawa was slightly startled. Why does brother think I can go home now? Saying this, her heartbeat quickened. Could it be that brother went to her hometown? Could it be that brother saw through her lie that day?